You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. Welcome. We're glad you're here, man and woman. Hey, woman. All two of you. We're glad you're here. Have a seat. You probably had a hard week. I feel like everybody's probably had a rough, boring, or hard week. Or you're on vacation, causing everybody else you work with to have a rough, boring, or hard week. So, yeah, come on, sit down.
That sounded personal.
Yeah. yeah.
You got some people you work with on vacation?
I mean, I feel like everyone's out on vacation. Two of my bosses are out on vacation, so that's made it kind of weird.
But fun though, right? It's like you guys are playing hockey on the roof.
I never have to deal with him anyway. He's just not there for me to ask shit I need to know immediately.
Gotcha.
So.
That's what happens when John leaves and goes away from work, and he's the guy I have to ask something, and he's not there.
Well, if you recognize both those dulcet tones, you'll realize Ian is here, and of course Dave is here.
Yep.
What's up, man? Yep.
Just can't get enough.
Good.
No, I love
I'm like the Dr. Joyce brothers of TADPOG.
I've always said that.
You got nothing else.
I'm gonna
I don't know who that is.
I'm gonna pretend like I know who that is.
Just she used to be she's a therapist type, psychiatrist type person, famous back in the 70s and 80s, and she was always like a staple guest on Johnny Carson and stuff.
Okay, I got you.
You know, it's like if they couldn't find anyone interesting to be on the show this week, she would be the guest.
Is she like Dr. Ruth, but she like...
No, she wasn't interesting like Dr.
Oh.
Ruth was. Dr. Ruth was great.
Now I know who Dr. Ruth was. She made waves.
Yeah.
Because I remember my parents talking about Dr. Ruth. I don't remember them talking about Dr. Joyce.
She said a lot of stuff that people didn't say.
Dr. Joyce or Dr. Ruth?
Dr. Ruth.
I knew Dr. Ruth
Yeah,
did.
Dr.
Yeah.
Ruth had a mouth.
Yeah.
Women like to get fucked. Bullshit! What? Don't say that!
Female orgasm. Get the fuck out of
That's
here.
my mother!
Yeah. Meanwhile, my parents were like, yeah, preach. Preach.
Well, this week, we're talking about the new release of the Switch,
That's right.
Claymates.
Claymates.
It's a game.
Did you know that?
Oh, boy. Did you love Clayfighter? And you were like, man, I wish this was smaller, involved animals, and was a really, really busy platformer. Then you got your wish. And fuck you for making that wish.
You can play it in bed.
You can't play it. You can't play it. Man, I wish this experience was more portable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll toss these little bones out there from time to time.
Every now and then.
It's not okay.
Don't worry, we got like 2 more games they released for the Switch.
It was Jelly Boy and what else?
Jelly Boy and Bomboozle.
Bomboozle.
Yeah.
Jelly Boy, I'm looking forward to that a little bit more.
Ooh, I have heard horrible things about Jelly Boy.
I played about 10 minutes of Jelly Boy thinking that was the one we were doing.
Yeah. I could see the confusion between Jelly Boy and Claymates because...
Yeah, they're similar in that sense that you change shapes and stuff, and we'll get into all that. But boy, I was not enjoying Jelly Boy. Maybe it gets better. I don't know.
I've heard it gets worse.
Yeah, I believe that. I do believe that.
Yeah, I've heard it gets worse. Maybe we should save it for the Jelly Boy episode. But Willie was like, if you're just playing it just to get the gist of it, 4 out of 10. If you're playing it to beat it, 1 out of 10. So apparently it gets some real bullshitty near the end of the game.
All right, well, that's Tyler, just the gist, Holland. I'm on it.
Yeah, I don't think, because it's like, even with Claymates, which we'll get to this, I'm sure, but it's like, I didn't finish Claymates.
Nope.
And it's like,
neither.
Didn't really want to.
I'm glad you stopped me from playing more because I was getting very frustrated.
Well, it's and again, this will come up during the discussion, but it's a similar experience.
Yeah.
Only I felt, well, that's for next week. if Jelly Boy is what we do next week.
Yeah, we need to decide
get it
Jelly
done.
Boy or Bamboozle.
Get it done.
Jelly Boy.
All right, okay,
Jelly Boy.
there it is.
To be honest, I think we could probably cover both of them today
In this one episode.
and maybe touch on a lot of the same
Well,
points.
I mean, Jelly Boy didn't get a North American release, so
did it
if
not?
you want to do that, I'm okay with that too.
I
mean,
didn't play enough of it to
All right, Jelly Boy, it is next. You'll be back next week, yeah.
probably,
All right, awesome.
Sweet.
Okay,
unless something.
you're a hit, by the way.
Why is that?
You're a hit. People love you.
Oh,
They love it when you're on the
good.
show.
Well, like I said, I get my wife said to me, "You need to get out of the house. You're driving me crazy." So once a week now, I'm just finding myself just drifting on out here and
Sounds
through the
good
back
to me,
door.
man.
So
Yeah,
yeah, if I ever start not being a hit, just let me know. I'll just sit here.
I won't.
I don't have to talk.
I wouldn't let you know.
So
I'll be like, yeah, they still love you,
We'll keep
Ian.
it a secret. No, they love you.
They still love you. Please come back. We like hanging out with you. They love you. They love you.
Good.
All that really weird stuff you said, they loved it. Come on.
They want you to jerk off on the air now.
I'm gonna be like, it's gonna get to
Why
that,
you kiss
right?
us? they said it'd be funny.
That'd be a great stinger to not record, but still do it anyway off mic.
Are we recording? Yeah, we're recording. Yeah, we're recording. Go ahead.
Start kissing.
So I got a weird idea where we turn on the
You got a weird idea.
Yeah. Now, that made me think, like, it'd be a fun idea. Turn on that NVIDIA voice and everyone jerk off and see who has the most dominant jerk off sound that the others just become background noise.
Not me. I can go ahead on the record and say, not me.
Quiet boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. Are you loud?
Oh, yeah.
Then you'd win.
Yeah.
Because Ian and I are quiet. Like loud, like you're making noises?
Oh, I got that deep.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
So you go
yeah.
at it. You really go at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm mad at it.
Yeah. All right.
What you guys been up to this week?
Man, not a whole lot.
I got a question for you, Ian.
Cool.
This week, did you find the album that you've been searching for? The DG's
no.
album.
Unfortunately, I did not. I had some help though that started coming in from the nation.
Good.
Person named friend of the show, I believe. I don't know should I say his full name.
Depends on who it is. I don't know. Ask Tyler.
No.
Okay.
A friend of the show, which is in Murray, went looking at the record store I originally was going to try to get it at.
Terrapin
He could not-
Station?
Yes, at
Yeah.
Terrapin Station. He could not get it. Micah also did some looking for me in his area, and here's what happened. Apparently, this is going to be a lot harder to get than I than I thought.
No.
Apparently, the pre-orders for this album were back in February.
Oh, shit.
And they didn't tell the record store what it was.
Like what the numbers, what the
They
pre-order
didn't
numbers
say
were?
what the album was. They didn't tell the damn records. This is a I think they probably said something like, "This is a Foo Fighters album," and they didn't really go into detail.
We've got
about
enough
it
money,
or-
so we're just going to fuck with people at this point. So just expect something.
That's kind of what it does sound like.
Yeah, it doesn't.
We're not going to release it digitally.
Yeah.
Also,
So I don't. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll do a bit bigger release down the road. Hopefully, but it's going to be difficult to find this.
someone's ripped it.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Someone
I mean,
will
it's
have
really.
written it,
I
yeah.
actually want the actual.
No, I
physical
understand, but at
album,
least you might be able to get to listen
to get to
it.
listen to. I mean, it's out there to listen to on the internet.
Oh, okay.
Basically for free
Okay.
anyway. They put all the songs out on
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay. Good. At
So
least
I
you
can
can hear it.
hear the music, and I have, and it's really good. I just want that physical
I understand.
album. So, but given the results, and I do appreciate everybody that has chipped in to try to help me with this so far. I'm sure others are on the hunt still
Well,
too.
the reason I asked is I didn't realize that other people were helping. I think that's awesome. Zalnop's brother, Theme Park Hero, aka TPH, he collects vinyl.
yeah.
And Zalnop
Zalnop Ponlaz?
Pon Laz.
Zalnop's brother Ponlaz. Ponlax.
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 There you go.
Yeah, upon Laz. That's right, right? Zalna. It's not.
That's not.
I didn't know you guys spoke Klingon.
It's Orcish, actually. So his brother's got his vinyl dealer looking for you as well.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Thank you. I've had a couple, like I said, a couple people reach out to me directly. I'm sure there's others behind the scenes doing something, just checking. I really appreciate it. If we don't find it, we don't find it. But it'd be really great if we could.
And if multiple copies, what I'm worried about is what happens if like 2 come in.
Well, that's the thing. You know, I did want to. I said this last time.
You want them to contact you.
Get with me. Right. I just want one, and I don't. You know, I can't buy. I'm sure this is not going to be cheap because I think vinyl albums these days are like $40 at the minimum.
I think I read that the eBay prices were like pretty high. Like I'm not looking right now.
It's like $150.
Yeah, I was about to say. I thought it was like
I'm not in a
range.
position to pay eBay money for it. But if someone lucks out and happens to find one on the shelf at the record store and buys it for $40, I just don't want everybody to go buy this freaking thing and then I'm stuck buying 16. Of course, then I could take them and
worst case scenario, you could flip them on eBay,
possibly. But yeah, just get with me or get with Dave. You know, if I've got somebody saying, yeah, I think I've got a line on one, I'll be sure and let Dave know, so that way he can kind of get in front of anybody else that might try to do the same thing.
What do they used to call the like in the 80s, the call line? What was that like list? The call list where like you were distributing news.
Oh, yeah. They would have like the parents.
Yeah, like the directory or whatever.
They would
the
like
pyramid.
At school, like you have the 3 people that you're supposed to call.
Right.
And those people have the 3 people that they're supposed to call. It's a call tree is what that's
call
called.
tree. That's what I was looking for.
Back in the day before we had like mass text and emails.
Right.
We had a list
Computers in
hanging
our
by
pockets.
the phone
Yeah.
of those people. And you had to know the number for the police department and the fire department on that list because there was no 911 either.
I don't remember a time when there was no 911.
Yep. I think 911's only been in Paducah since like the early 90s.
Are you shitting me?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not shitting you.
That's wild.
Yeah, I could be wrong on the dates, but I've been around long enough to know what not having 911 means. It means you have, the phone company used to have a sticker that they would send you to put on the back of your telephone that had
Holy
the numbers.
Shit. I vaguely remember seeing
the fire
those,
department
man.
I remember those too.
Wow.
And of course, you also had the option to punch 0 and ask the operator to connect you to the police.
But by then you're dead.
But by then, yeah, and then like back then you.
There's got to be a better way.
Back then you didn't have to dial 10 numbers. You could dial 7. But anything outside of that is long distance.
I remember when that came back around.
But yeah, it was a sticker on the back. It had a shield and it had a little fire, and that's the number you would dial.
Man, that's wild. You opened a memory door,
right?
That, and I remember we had one telephone in the house,
and it had like an 800-foot long cord, so you could take it into
and
your
then run
room.
with it. Yeah. I used to piss my mom off because she'd be on the phone for like what seemed to me as a kid hours.
Yeah,
in reality, it was probably like still hours, but like not as long. I remember taking the cord, getting so frustrated, taking the cord and just running with it. And then I remember having to run really, really, really far until anything would pop out.
Yeah, because eventually it stretched so far that we had that too. But probably by the time I was a sophomore in high school, my parents ponied up and got me my own line.
Nice.
In my room.
Nice. I never had my own line until I had my mobile phone.
Yeah. I had my own phone line in my bedroom because I was always on the fucking phone because that's what you did. You talked to your girlfriend on the phone.
Yeah, I don't miss those fucking days.
I don't fucking either because you never said anything.
Yeah, it's the worst.
And if you tried to suggest maybe you'd like to go do something else, your girlfriend gets pissed off. Is like, what, you don't want to talk to me? So you're just kind of stuck sitting there in silence on the phone for 2
I
hours.
used to
the afternoon.
I would brainstorm a script just to have something to say.
Oh yeah,
with my high school
yeah, of
girlfriend.
course.
That's just
It was
just write shit down. It's like preparing for a podcast.
Yeah,
Tyler's gonna ask me what I did this week. Better write some shit down.
Yeah, if we after school, if we were on the phone for at least 2 hours, it was a thing.
Yeah.
But what was neat about that was I kept that number when I moved out and Tanya and I got married, that was our phone number until we stopped having a landline.
Yeah.
I still remember that number too. I'm not going to say it, but I remember it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. 270-883-2555.
That was it.
That'll get you to Ian.
That was it. When I dropped it, you all got it.
Right.
Yeah, those were the days. Analog, baby. G.I. Joe on the TV.
Oh, dude, that reminds me. What Masters of the Universe? Did you watch it? I know you were looking forward to it.
Yes, I did.
I've heard it's good.
It is
Did you
very
like it?
good. I don't think I mentioned on the show that it's a Kevin Smith
No, you
thing.
did not, because I found out on Discord and I was like, that's a Kevin Smith joint?
I forgot to mention that, and that's
a selling point.
Been a selling point,
yeah,
actually.
For sure.
Yeah, it was actually really, really entertaining, especially if it was unapologetically a love letter to fans of the original show. I mean, but what they did was in the first episode, they took that same format that was in every single episode, completely turned it on its ear, and left you going, holy shit, what did they do?
Now, could it be enjoyed by somebody who did not like the original?
I think so, but
Okay.
Is it that someone that didn't like it or just didn't watch it?
Sorry, did I say didn't like it?
just-
Didn't
yeah.
watch it.
I mean, yeah, it's enjoyable in
Good.
that right,
Okay.
but I also think you would like it more
Sure.
if you had been a fan.
Sure, but I just don't want to mess with it if it's like, well, I'm not going to get anything out of this because I didn't watch the original.
Right now, it's, you know what, it's 5 episodes.
Yeah.
It's a part 1 and a part 2. It's 5 episodes. Each one is like half an hour long. It's easy to get through. I really loved it. The voice acting
Kid
alone
appropriate,
is,
I'm assuming?
yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was fine.
I'm going to try to watch
Yeah,
it with
it's
Henry, and if he's into it, we'll watch it. If he's not, then
Yeah, I get you.
we'll probably pass.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe was originally a family-oriented show.
Right.
It's never been violent.
Right,
or
right.
anything.
Sure.
And they stay true to that.
Because they were selling the kids. I mean, that
yeah.
much I know.
But the voice acting in this is nuts.
Yeah.
Like Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I
is
heard about she's Tila. Mhm.
Mark Hamill is Skeletor.
It's a good choice.
They
Mark
had
Hamill's great.
Stephen Root. It plays the voice of Cringer.
Everyone else, and then I'm happy.
He does. He's the voice of Prince Adam's pet cat, Cringer.
That's an unfortunate name.
Well, because he's a coward.
Okay, gotcha.
But whenever Prince Adam turns into He-Man, he points his sword at Cringer, and Cringer turns into Battle Cat, and
Which
now
is
he's
like
this
a white tiger, right?
big green tiger,
The green tiger.
with a saddle on it and shit, and He-Man
pretty
rides
rad.
him. And
I do like
stuff. So
that.
yeah, it's pretty.
I'd like
neat.
one of those.
Yeah, who wouldn't, right? I think a flying bison would be better.
There you go.
I can make that joke now because I started watching Avatar and I'm loving it.
Ah, okay.
But anyway, yes, it's a great show. I was pleasantly surprised with it, and I think Kevin Smith being at the helm is the best choice because he knows his shit and he knows what. There's a lot of people coming at him about some of the stuff that happens in the show that's kind of off
from the original,
of
course, but that's gonna happen.
But it in my opinion, it was good.
Mhm.
So take it for what you will. I highly recommend it, especially if you ever gave a shit about Masters of the Universe. It's an easy watch. It's on Netflix. You're in for maybe 2.5 hours tops.
Are they just doing 5 and they're done, or what?
No. This is part 1.
It's ongoing. Okay.
These 5 episodes are part 1. Part 2, I think Kevin Smith just tweeted this past week that most of the animation is in the can for season 2 or for part 2. And that it probably won't be long before it comes out. I'm saying probably early next year if I had to guess.
Cool.
But yeah, great show. Super pleased with it. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's sure about how much you love Avatar, though.
Listen, I never really got into stuff like that. I've heard of Avatar. My kids probably watched it, It was, I think, 2015 that came out.
That sounds about right.
I think
They
might
may
be
not.
older than that.
It could be.
'Cause
Maybe
it was-
maybe Korra was 2015.
Yeah,
I don't
because
really
I think
know.
the Avatar movie came out when I was living in Lexington.
Oh, okay.
And that was like
that would
10
have been
years
way
ago.
after. But, well, I don't know if my kids liked it or not, to be honest. But Tyler's description, when we had a few episodes back, Kana had asked us our top 3 anime of all time. And Avatar made the cut in Tyler's list. And then Tyler described the show. And it really got my interest. So I started watching it the other day, and I am absolutely 100% in. I love it. I love the animation. I love the voice acting. I love that it's just lighthearted enough to feel good, but it's got, when that kid's eyes start glowing.
The Avatar stage.
Dude,
Yep.
that is really, I'm like 48 years old, and I'm looking at this going, whoa, that is so cool. But yeah, I've really been getting into it. So definitely thanks for turning me on to that.
And they do a thing much later on when they sort of go into the backstory of the very first Avatar, and it's in a different animation style that I really like.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
I like
I've
it when
never
shows do that.
thought I would get into that, but I'm absolutely I'm gonna watch every bit of it. I loved it.
See, then it gets it grows with its audience too, because Korra is a little darker, and Korra is definitely not Aang.
Okay,
So,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, Aang is like this cool, cute little 12-year-old boy, and first thing he wants to do when he comes out of being frozen in the ice is ride on the backs of penguins,
Mhm.
and it's like his whole point. He's just a kid, and they do such a great job of reminding you very often, this is just a little boy, and he wants to go play and have fun, and he's got this huge weight of responsibility
And the
on
world
his
has
shoulders.
changed since
Yeah, and it's been 100 years, and he's like
All
all
of
of his
Captain America.
yeah,
Right?
totally. That's exactly what happened to him, and he's all of his people are gone, and it's a really well written, well acted show. I was telling you earlier that what was her name? Mae
Whitman.
Mae Whitman is the voice of Katara, the female lead.
Who's Mae Whitman?
Egg.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
You're about to get fucked in effed in the bee.
Right. Yeah.
She's the voice of the main female protagonist. in
Okay.
that
Cool.
show. But yeah, it's just all around so far from.
Yeah, you knew how I would know her. You both of you knew, just different ways. That's funny.
Very, very good. I'm super pumped to be watching it and to be enjoying it. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought I'd get through a couple episodes and be like, nah, fuck this. But I'm in. I love it.
It only gets better.
Good.
Because it's I love how they show who has to, because Aang has to learn. He only knows air initially. So
right.
he still has to covertly stay under the radar because the Fire Nation wants to fucking kill him.
Those guys are assholes, by the way. Like, to the fucking core, these guys are assholes.
Well, they do want to take over the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like the whole thing was that the leader, the most powerful guy in the Fire Nation, took the power of a comet that was coming around Earth and used that power to destroy or to fight and win against all the other.
So he's going for a military victory and not a cultural victory.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Sure. and so since the Aang, the little boy, got caught up in a storm and was frozen, he froze himself into the ice to protect himself. And that's why he was in the ice. And then during the 100 years that he was in the ice, like Tyler said, that the Fire Nation just took over.
Right.
There was
And
balance
so-
between the four nations then, and it was the avatars. Each nation was a different element, and the avatar was what created balance between the four.
Yeah. And so now what's playing out is where I'm at anyway. There's another comet coming, and it's at the point where I'm at. There's another comet coming, and it's going to be here in like 9 months, kind of thing. And if it gets here before Aang learns the other bending, the other fire bending, earth bending, and water bending,
because he's got to learn them all.
because he's got to
the
learn
others
them
don't
all
exist anymore,
so that
right?
he can fight.
He's the only one that can airbend in the world.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
And he's got to fight the Grandmaster whatever of the Fire Nation. But if he can't get that done before this comet comes, dude's gonna use that comet to finish the job and take over. So
TikTok,
pretty
motherfucker.
much TikTok. Motherfucker. That's exactly right.
You ain't gonna ride any penguins if you don't
Nah, you
take
need
care of
to
this shit
quit
in 9
riding
months.
penguins and fucking around, kid. We got work to do.
Because so how they find him the right teachers and stuff like that is so good and so well done. And my favorite character in Avatar has got to be though Uncle Iroh. Because, oh my God, I love Uncle Iroh. Like, he's one of my favorite characters in just all of fiction. He's a top 10 character.
What do you like
He's
about
the
him?
He's
uncle
Zuko's
of-
uncle.
Zuko's uncle. Yeah, that dude is cool.
Yep.
That dude's got a very Mr. Miyagi feel to him. Like, he's very laid back and, wants to stop and smell the roses. And, like, he turned his fucking whole ship around to go find a tile for his little Pai Gow game or whatever the hell he plays that he thought he lost, but it turned out to be in his sleeve the whole time.
But is that
He
really
is
why
like-
he turned the ship around?
Yeah, I guess, right? Because what happens, that obviously all played in, but he's super powerful. Like, he's one of those guys that's like, dude's charging at him with his foot on fire, and he just sticks his finger out and stops it.
So like a
Mid-blow.
non-perverted Master Roshi kind of deal?
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
But yeah, he's a really good character. And, he, right from the outset, you get the feeling that he's up to something.
Mhm.
Like, not a bad something, just something,
Right.
But, yeah, it's been really fun so far. I can't get enough.
Cool.
Because part of in your Ravenloft game, part of my character in your game was inspired by Uncle Iroh.
Oh, okay. All right. Neat.
That was the feel I was going for.
I'm still having trouble keeping the names straight of the characters.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't remember Katara's name for the life of me yesterday.
You just pulled it off the top of your head that time, though. That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's there now. I was paying attention to it today to try to get it kind of locked in there. She is the two that find Aang frozen in the ice are a brother and sister from the Water Nation.
Southern Water Nation.
Southern Water Nation. And they're just like a very small tribe of people. They don't have, but she is a waterbender and she's still learning.
She's like the only one her village has.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she's-
because there's the North Pole tribe and the South Pole tribe.
It's like a
she's-
Korea allegory?
Yeah. I don't know if it's that. They haven't gotten to the north yet where I'm at, so I don't know what the north is like. So that's still going to be a surprise for me.
Yeah, she wants to go there to work on her water bending because there's no one there to teach her.
Gotcha.
So she and her brother are in their boat fishing, and she's just pulling fish out of the water with her water bending. She's taking out a sphere of water that's got a fish in it, But anyway, she and her brother get into an argument, and she starts throwing a fit. And as she does, she's breaking this iceberg in half behind her. She doesn't realize what she's doing.
Yeah.
And then she breaks it, and then Aang shows up, and the rest is kind of ahead of us at that point.
Cool.
Yeah.
He
it's
does a
neat.
Doctor Strange teach me thing, and she teaches them?
Well, she's not very good. She does. There's one episode where she's teaching him what she knows because they're still on their way to the North Pole.
Uh-huh.
And it's like the little things that she knows, Aang just picks up, just like he already knows. He just does it without even thinking about it because he just has a knack for it.
Uh-huh.
So he's got a few things that he's learned from her, but she's going to end up probably learning more from him, if I had to guess, just because she's not the Avatar. She wasn't kind of born for this sort of thing. It's not to say she's not good at
She's
it.
just really good at catching fish.
Really good at catching fish.
Fish bending.
Yeah,
And it-
yeah.
Practice and
Not very popular, but you got to eat.
mastery of her craft is kind of her thing. She's only going to be focused on the one
Yeah,
where Aang has to learn
all of them.
all four.
Right. Yeah.
I do think my personal opinion is that water bending is the most powerful. I don't think they're all perfectly balanced. I think water bending is.
I could
beats
see
the
how,
others.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could
there's
see
some
how
stuff
it
I
would
won't
be.
spoil for you. There are some sub powers in water bending.
Is it like
that are-
Magneto shit where it's like I'm slowing the iron in your bloodstream?
I
No,
mean,
it's more like shaping water, controlling it, like pulling some water out of a puddle and using it as a
Well,
whip.
yeah,
or-
but I'm like talking about like the sub because like I remember like when Magneto
Oh.
started doing that shit in the '90s, and it was like, what, you could do that? And I don't know, he might have been he may have done that beforehand, but I do remember like pulling the fucking adamantium out of Wolverine. It's like, why didn't you do that earlier?
Why didn't you
didn't
open
always
with that?
do that?
did he stab you once?
Should have opened with that.
Man, come on, bud.
Yeah, I could see.
You've been doing this for 40 fucking years.
I could see where waterbending would be probably the most powerful
Mhm.
of the four. When you think about it, I think of airbending more as a defensive in a way.
Yeah,
And
it's not supposed to be violent because all
Right.
the air nomads were always very
They're
peaceful.
They're monks. They're very
they
peace-loving
hid
monks.
up in up in the clouds.
Right.
They don't do like hurricanes and typhoons.
They
and stuff,
could,
but they just
They
don't.
could, yeah.
But you think about water being
Because then you can ice, water, healing.
Oh yeah, ice.
you got fire, which is definitely going to succumb to water in most cases if there's enough water.
There's another sub to fire that's also pretty impressive.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Magma.
I'm just more interested.
Magma.
Magma. I mean, we talked about that. There is lava bending, but that doesn't become a bigger deal until Korra.
Yeah, because you mentioned with Korra that they ended up pairing. Some of them would pair off, so now you've got one like an earthbender and a waterbender that can do.
Korra's two
whatever.
best friends are
mud bending.
There is mud bending that's water and earth. Yeah.
Oh,
we did it.
Okay, we got it.
Yeah, we did it.
Got
it in one.
Got this show's number.
But like Korra's best friends are brothers, and one is a firebender and one is an earthbender. And so the earthbender, one of his sub powers is lava bending because he's not 100% earth, so he loses some high level earth skills.
Sure,
but
he prestiged in the fire.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a good way to look at it.
Because lava is
multi-class.
essentially hot earth.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
molten earth.
Molten earth.
So
Yeah.
he has he's like 80% fire, 20% earth.
All right.
So that's how that
Sweet.
manifests. As
Okay.
opposed to people who are 100% earth can do different things.
right. Higher
But-
level earth shit.
But it's more common to have 100% earthbender than someone who's 80-20 and can do a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far, and I'm just like 7 or 8 episodes in. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that recommend.
Good.
We'll talk more, I promise.
Well, Jack got into his program in Florida.
Good.
Mhm.
So that's good. So early September, he'll go down there. So I'll take like a week off and I'll go down and get them set up. But then he'll be down there until like November, So it's bittersweet. It's good,
It's good that he got in.
It's good that he got in. It's
Mhm.
definitely going to help him. And of course, Melissa's going to be down there with him for 3 months, which I've got plenty of vacation left. That's how I'm going to spend it over the next 3 months.
Going to visit them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gonna drive.
Don't do that.
I'll drive down there
Well,
with
shit.
them and then fly back because they're going to need stuff. But for the most part, I'll probably this is just me.
Man,
I
that's
can
such a
fly.
long fucking drive
It's a terribly long
to
drive.
Orlando.
Just getting through Georgia.
Yeah.
You're 12
It's
hours
about how
top
far
minimum.
the Alexandria was. I did that a lot, but I'll probably fly.
Cool.
And then she got into nursing school, so that's
Excellent.
Also
Nice.
awesome.
That is
So-
great.
so she has a next busy 2 years and 3 months.
It's really not that bad. I mean, 2 years, 3 months.
Mhm.
I mean, to get through a program and yeah,
Yep.
it's not bad.
What about you, Dave? What you been up to?
Been watching some anime, playing some video games.
That's pretty good.
Living the dream.
Pretty good.
In other words.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty good.
You leaking yet?
No, not leaking yet. I haven't tried to leak again. But I thought about it. I was like, fuck, man, I should try to leak before we record. But it didn't work out. It's a lot of prep to try to leak,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You both got to kind of want it. And then you got to like do a bunch of prep work when you both kind of want it. And it's like, sometimes.
You don't want it and the other person not want it because that's
Yeah, sometimes.
you
it's-
let me leak.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes those stars don't align. Yeah. Because sometimes she's like, I just want you to fuck me. It's like, I'm good with that too.
Let's go.
All right, how about fuck yeah?
Well, I guess twist my arm.
Yeah.
Put a
so,
pin in it.
Yeah.
We'll visit that.
So I don't
later.
know. We'll get to it. I don't think.
I kind of want you to fuck me.
So I've been playing Metroid Zero Mission.
I love Zero Mission. The controls are tight enough that I appreciate it.
It's out of like Metroid and Super Metroid. I like it better than those two games. I still have issues with it for
It's
sure.
still the being a ball and bomb every square bullshit that is Metroid.
And there are definitely areas that are frustrating because it's like I'll get to I'll travel to a location. It is the wrong location, and I cannot get back on track the way that I came. So I have to go like a fucking circle of 8 rooms,
Mhm.
and then I'll forget about it and wind up in that room again
Yeah.
later. And it's like, God damn it, I got to do this fucking because like I'm looking for something, and it's like because I'm looking for something, I'm just going to every fucking room I can possibly think of, and then I have to do that whole backtrack loop again.
Mhm.
That's what I don't like about it. But I mean, yeah, I think it's better than Metroid. I think it's better than Super Metroid. Supposedly, it
Zero
doesn't.
Mission and Fusion, I think, are some prime games I love.
Is Fusion a first-person shooter,
Nope.
or that's a side scroller?
Yep. I don't like the first person shit.
Yeah, a lot of people say that they don't like them.
Wasn't there an N64 first person for Metroid?
Yeah, there are a few.
A few.
I don't
No, GameCube. Not
GameCube,
N64,
I know for
GameCube.
sure. I don't know if anything came out
Oh,
of
okay.
N64.
No, yeah, nothing for N64. Then there are 3 for GameCube.
What did Fusion come out for?
DS.
DS. Okay.
Yep.
Well, fuck. I could probably play that one too. The only reason
And they cranked the survival horror element up in Fusion.
Oh, that's
so there's a
nice.
lot of tense.
I like
It's
that.
good.
I like that. Because Zero Mission is just a remake of Metroid, essentially.
Yeah, then it's got the bonus mission at the end where you're Zero Suit Samus.
Yeah. And I mean, I like it a lot better than Metroid. It's a lot more playable.
It's way more playable.
Yeah.
Way more playable.
The combat.
That's why trying to go back after I played
Yeah.
those, can't fucking do it.
Well,
Like,
I think I've said this before, but like Metroid is one of those, for the NES, is one of those games where like, I feel like when it came out,
oh, yeah.
if I had played it when it came out, this would have been like mind blowing. But because I never played it and just kind of went to it the first time, like as, I don't know, a young adult,
Mhm.
an old young adult, it was like, because I probably
A middle
tried it.
adult.
I probably tried it for the first time in my 20s.
Yeah.
And it's like, ugh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's Zero Mission. It's a little late to announce, but while we're recording, at the time of this recording, is the game of the month on the TADPOG Discord. By the time this comes
okay.
out, we'll have voted in a new game. So, looking forward to the next one. This one's okay. I mean,
Yep.
I wasn't going to try it. And then I was like, well, people started talking about it on Discord and posting, some stuff. And it's like, okay, all right. Well, people are into it. I'm going to go check this out. So I'm going to try to finish it before the end of the month.
I think I personally, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
But,
like-
but just those 2 games.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
take or leave any of the other Metroids.
I'm like 3 bosses in. So, and I don't know how many there are.
it's pretty good, I think.
So good, because I don't know what my time is. But like, I think Nathan posted like a 3-hour time. And then I think Slim was like, that took me 6 hours. I'm like, I think my time's going to be like 20 hours. And it's also like, I don't know, like, because I'm playing on my 3DS, and it's like, I do not know how it's handling sleep mode and all that shit. So for all I know when I'm done, it's just going to be like 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
And then it all rolls over to 0 like an odometer, and then you get the fastest time.
That'd be
See,
pretty
You got
good.
it done in 2 minutes.
Pretty good.
What's wrong with y'all?
Speedrun loophole.
Bikini time.
Yeah.
So that's the indicator of the next game needs to be 999 if you're
Yeah.
throwing in those DS games.
Yeah. So we watched. So I've been playing that. Nikki and I we masked up and went to the theater to watch Weathering with You, which like Fathom Events does like this great thing where they like will show anime. And it's like seeing a lot of that stuff on the big screen is really nice. Cause like we left and it was like, you know what? That was worth $30 for us to both see that in a theater on like a big screen with good sound, as opposed to watching it on HBO Max, because it is on HBO Max. And I do recommend that you watch it. Anybody listening, if you like anime, if you're into it, it's really good. It's a romance. It's like a fantasy romance kind of thing, but not like fantasy like sword and sandals. It's like there's a girl who can control the weather, and she and a runaway boy fall in love, and there are very big consequences for their love. So it's pretty interesting.
What's it called again?
It's Weathering with You.
Okay.
It came out like I think in 2019.
What if Storm and Gambit came together?
Yeah, she's more of like, she's more like, so like she can control the sun essentially. Like, so like that's her big thing. She's a sunshine girl. So like there is like there's this folklore about some like weather maidens essentially, where they're like possessed by a fox spirit, and because of this possession they can make the sunshine appear. And then there are also maidens who are possessed by dragon spirits, and dragon spirits are responsible for like water and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, it's cool. I definitely recommend it if you're into that kind of thing. It's definitely not like there's like, it's drama and there's a little bit of action, but I mean it's not like, I don't know, it's not like action packed anime. It's kind of like one of those like I don't want to bring like Studio Ghibli into it because I mean, but it's got that tone. It's got that like pace.
So it's good.
Yeah, it's very good. But I mean, it's not like, it's not like a shonen anime or something like that.
Mhm.
We're almost done with Nagatoro. We got like one episode left of Nagatoro. And then we got to figure out what we're going to do next. I pitched Brotherhood, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I was like, I really want to watch it, but it is 60 episodes long, and that's going to take us 2 months straight. And we're not sure that we want to do that. We're like
smaller bites.
We're like in the 12 episode thing where it's like, yeah, we can do 12 episodes, and that takes up 3 weeks, and it's like we can move on to the next thing. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to make time for Brotherhood or not. So I don't know. We got to figure it out because we start up on new shit on Monday. So. Oh, and also this is unrelated, but I know I mentioned it last week. The trivia, the TADPOG, there's a TADPOG trivia contest that's going on. The deadline is August 10th. If you want to get in on it, it's all questions about frequent callers and contributors. The 3 Steam codes are being given away, and Big Dick Pie Baker's grand prize as well. Currently, at the time of this recording, Exalted Lord Mike of Purdue has the score to beat, which I love that Micah is like listening and like involved in this contest, because it's like, I feel like that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. So it's really nice to hear that he's involved. If you wanna try to beat the current score, that's tinyurl.com/tadpog trivia 4. I jailbroke a PS Vita recently.
Nice.
So I get to play all the PS Vita games that I legally own. So I'm looking forward to that.
And all the ones that I legally own. I'll transfer you.
Right. You transfer ownership to me temporarily. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to playing like a lot of the games that you talked about.
Oh man, Danganronpa is good shit.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing that, and Virtue's Last Reward, and like all that stuff. And like, of course, all like the pervy hentai games that got Asian releases. So those are all. Henry asked me the other day, he's like, can I play with the Vita? I was like, no. No, you may not.
You mean the hentai machine?
Yeah.
No.
Well, unfortunately not hentai, but
the front tail machine? No.
It's all like ecchi stuff. So it's like, but still, it's like you're 6, and it's like, I don't know, I don't necessarily want you playing games where you're shooting love guns at girls. So it might fuck you up. So I don't want you. I don't
want you to think you have to get a nosebleed every time you see a pretty girl. So
right. Well, if it's gonna happen, let it happen naturally. Let nature run its own course.
I'm taking donations for anybody that wants to help me buy a Steam Deck.
Oh, do you want a Steam Deck?
Badly.
Really?
I really do, because I do not have a gaming PC.
All right, now that makes sense.
I cannot access my Steam library right now, and this would be the ideal. It would be like, because like right now I play the Switch pretty much exclusively, and like on the weekends I've got this. You've seen my portable monitor.
Yeah,
it's just a little HDMI, USB-C powered. It powers from the dock. I plug that in, set it on a TV tray, get my little Pro controller out, and just play. Right. With a Steam Deck, I can do that too.
Right,
and I can also hook up a keyboard and mouse.
Right,
and play.
I heard about that.
Overwatch or play, get into you can actually install, Windows. You can install, of course, you got Steam, you can install EA, you can install all those services on there if you want to, which, I want to get back into PC gaming, and this is the ideal way for me to do that without having to sit out of my office all night.
Right.
And for it's $600 for like the best model that they're and I'm sure they're gonna be hard to come by.
For the best model?
Yeah.
Really? I thought
it's got like the 512 gig NVMe drive.
I don't know why I thought it was more expensive. Like, because I know they had different tiers.
It was like $549, I want to say, for that tier. There could be another that I'm not aware of. But then they also have a dock that you would buy separately.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I would use for that. But just to have that access again would be amazing. So anybody wants to float $600 my way, I'll take it.
He just wants to play his Steam library, listen to some disco. Come on,
y'all.
He could be out there doing drugs and getting nosebleeds. Not from the drugs. From the
maybe from the drugs.
But possibly from the drugs. Okay, possibly from the drugs.
I mean, I heard the best drugs give you the nosebleeds.
I wouldn't know about that.
I wouldn't either.
I would.
Tell us more about that.
Lord knows I will.
My biggest concern about the Steam Deck is Valve's record of like doing the Google thing where it's like, we're done with that. That wasn't a big hit to start with. So we're going to sell these for $1.
Yep.
Well, and maybe
4 years down the road.
That has been a concern that's been voiced
that's my
by
concern about
the larger Valve Steam community. It's like, oh, right. Yeah, sure. This thing's going to be $10.
Because, I mean, we've seen this.
The memes are, I'm going to wait till it's $1.
Right? Oh, really?
Yeah,
Damn it.
Yeah.
I thought it was super cool and funny.
But this is
You are.
Newell.
For different reasons.
Thank you.
Newell it's Gabe Newell, right?
Yeah.
He's come out and said this is not that. This thing has been.
I mean, but come on.
But I get
we're putting too much money.
He's got a horse in the race.
Who's going to be like, yeah, we're doing that. You guys are right.
You called us. It's another one.
You fuckers. Well, you can buy it still, though, right?
I did have that controller that they put out. The
Steam controller, yeah.
I hated that thing.
I hated it too. I
used it once, put it back in the box, and I sold it for about what I paid for it, which is funny because that's one of the things that was $1 at one point.
And then the Steam Link. I think I got my Steam Link for a penny.
Yeah, I had a Steam Link too. I don't think I ever
for $20.
Really used it.
I used the Steam Link.
I used it for a minute.
But for a minute,
that fucking controller, though.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. That would be my biggest concern. But
this has a lot more. To me, it has a lot more intrinsic value, like right out of the box of what it can do.
Yeah.
I am not going to be an early adopter, A, because I mean I just don't have the money.
Yeah.
But B, I want to see how well it performs.
Sure.
It's a portable console that they're claiming will play fucking anything. It's a resolution thing. I'm sure they can pump good frame rates out of lower resolutions, which they'll obviously have to have on a portable screen.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's believable.
Yeah, I think it's believable.
But I also don't want this to be a giant noise-making fan sitting on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Playing a game and I can literally hear the fan running on this thing through my headphones.
No,
that bugs me.
I think that's a legitimate concern.
I want to see how it performs before I jump in.
I also think it's very interesting because, like,
does it run on Belle Delphine's bathwater? Because that's the cooler that I need.
Is it liquid?
Yeah,
cool?
They got a little droplet and they just put a little liquid in there, seal that up, and it's.
Have you seen that PC?
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, I have seen that. I've been thinking about like this next computer that I'm going to build, and I'm not going to have a window in that motherfucker. I'm going to have a case that's just all panels, and it's like, because for two different reasons. First of all, for sound, because it's like I'm not going to do water cooling. I'm going to have fans in there, and it's like, I don't know, man. That gives a little bit. That lowers it a little bit.
Put a little of this shit in there if you want.
Yeah, put some sound dampening material. And also, if I have if it's covered, I don't have to worry about what the shit inside of it looks like.
Well, I mean, you're going to make it look nice, though, right?
No.
God.
Yeah,
can I help you build it?
Because my brother went out of his way to try and make mine look nice because of the window.
Well, what do you mean by
on
nice?
The inside, organized and cables
yeah, it's
run
not going to be
nicely.
super. Yeah, it's not going to be.
As long as you, yeah.
No, I'm just saying I'm not. I'm
not going to organize my cables at all.
No, I don't.
I'll be everywhere.
Yeah.
I and John Turley right now, we're having a moment on your behalf of.
Well, we'll talk.
It's going to look like Omega Red getting stabbed by Wolverine in my computer. It's just stuff everywhere.
We'll talk when we're done.
I'd love
recording.
to help. I love building them. I love running the cables.
We'll talk. Nice. We'll talk. Yeah. But no, if I don't have a window, then I don't have to worry about. Oh man, I got to think about the color of my motherboard.
Yeah,
shit that I like never in my life worried about, but now it's like, well, fuck, my RAM's white. I'm gonna have a red motherboard. I can't do that shit.
That I don't understand. I would never bother with.
I would if I had a window. Because now it's like, well, if window's gone, don't have to worry about it.
They have. I saw not long ago a case. It's a modern case for modern components that looks like the shit we used to buy back in the 90s.
Yeah, the sleepers. John was showing me those. Yeah,
it's white. It's the color of my water bottle. Yeah, like that off-white color.
I'd love to build it in like an actual
old Gateway
1990. Yeah, like an actual old case.
But yeah, you should do that. Just something that
we'll talk.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it.
All right,
we'll talk about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of packages, though, we got a package.
We got a package.
Hey.
What we got?
Over here. Hey guys,
Hey.
one of my favorite desserts, properly made in Ukraine and finally imported to Brooklyn. Simple, but so good. Enjoy.
This must be from Zeus.
From Zeus.
Sounds like a Zeus package.
P.S. Whenever you mention Zeus on the podcast, I almost always think it's a Hades reference.
It's not. It's about you.
It's about you, Zeus.
It's not. It's about Piggy Palace. That's what we're doing.
we got a boon. Zeus sent us a boon. The boon from Brooklyn.
Maybe that should be his name.
The boon from Brooklyn. Zeus, the boon from Brooklyn. Those look like nuts.
They look like big
Like pecans. I don't understand. It says great value on there. I don't.
Great value, Ukraine.
Can we eat these now, or are we going to wait for the totally going to happen tasting video?
Well, they're not spicy, which also makes me think maybe we should save them so they're a good break from the spicy.
Family
right.
is Lola Trading.
Lola Bunny's nuts.
Oreshki.
Lola Bunny's fat tits. This is where they win.
I hope I'm saying this right. Oreshki. It is cookies with condensed milk.
What?
I believe these are cookies.
Those are cookies?
With milk inside.
Oh, okay.
Condensed
Sounds good.
milk. There's not a whole lot of other description.
Now there's two packages. They look like the packages look like giant plastic pie slices. Are those the same kind, or are they different flavors?
They look like different flavors, but the ones... No, they're the same.
They're the same.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
The light, I was looking at one side of the...
Do you want to take one, Ian?
No, I'm not going to eat one right now. They do look good, though. Beware if you are hypersensitive egg protein.
No, I'm good there.
It doesn't say two egg protein. It says beware if you are hypersensitive egg protein.
Well, I'm not egg protein, so I am hypersensitive.
Hypersensitive, but I am not.
But I'm not egg protein, so it all works out.
Shelf life after defrost and refrigeration is 45 days.
So we should put these in the fridge.
Put these in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Produced in Ukraine. Very cool.
If that's a sign of how much we've talked about when we're going to do
that's also a sign of
like
this has sat here for a minute, so I'm wondering.
it's a sign for what?
That package did sit here for a little while because it was at the bottom of the stack.
Was it 45 days?
It was not 45 days, no.
And it says here the expired date is March 22nd, 2022. So, and I'm assuming that's in refrigeration.
Right, probably, yeah.
Check with Zeus on that.
Yeah.
Maybe see what he has to say, but
yeah. All right.
They're cookies, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And they're shaped like big pecans. I thought they were a big box of pecans.
I thought they were, yeah, they look like nuts.
They look like walnuts.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Zeus.
Thank you, Zeus.
Very much.
The boon from Brooklyn.
Well, you guys want to talk about Claymates for a minute?
I guess if we have to.
Just for like a minute.
Just for like 5 minutes.
Then we'll have fun again.
Then we'll maybe do some calls or something?
We can definitely do calls. I'm set up to do that.
Hell yeah. Well, you hear that, Dave?
I do hear that. It sounds like much salivating over Zeus, the boon from Brooklyn's nuts, which of course ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Claymates is a video game for the Super NES. It is one of Interplay's Clay animation titles, which also includes the Clayfighter series. A Sega Mega Drive version was planned, but never released. And there we go. No mention of Nintendo Switch Online. Actually, hold on. Let me see.
That just dropped
yesterday. At the time of this recording yesterday, yeah.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of an overview, but I do think they do mention one of the funniest things about this game is the box art. On the box art at the top right, it says it's powered by Blaze Processing.
The Blaze even has little lines behind it, like
speed
it's
lines.
moving.
Speed lines. 420 Blaze It Processing.
So that's just bullshit.
Yeah, it really is.
That means nothing. Much like the blast processing that Sega touted, which I'm sure they are referencing by saying blaze processing.
Doing a little copying.
A little bit.
Or making fun.
But
that's really passive aggressive, though. I mean, you put it on the box.
Yeah. I don't know what Axe Visual Concepts or Interplay Productions, the developers and publishers correspondingly, have against Sega, other than maybe it has something to do with them being like, nah, we don't need a Genesis version. It was planned and canceled, so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know.
Although we do have a Chonky Boy instruction booklet.
There's a big old 34-pager instruction booklet, which is insane for a game that is a platformer. I don't know if that was mentioned or not. This is a platformer.
To its core.
Would you like me to read the introduction?
Please read the story. Yes, please read the introduction. It's got wonderful art too, by the way.
Oh God,
which no one could see, but
it's like it was drawn like by an elementary school.
It really does. You know what? You could get by with a lot in the 1990s. And for video game, from all the instruction manuals I've looked at,
somebody made this at home and now it's in a book.
Right. It a lot of these look like church bulletins. And this artwork looks like a church bulletin.
Yeah. You're right. It does. It does look like this kid's about to get baptized.
No, you're right. It does, by Danny DeVito.
Or Mario. We just never realized he didn't have hair
or Gallagher.
That hat.
Yeah. Or Gallagher. Dr. Gallagher.
This is bad. Yeah.
The Claymates story.
Yeah.
Mudville, USA, home to Professor Putty and his son Clayton.
Professor David Putty.
David Putty.
Hell, I got a cousin named Clayton.
It was the most peaceful place. This afternoon, however, it was all about to change. It started out like any other day. Clayton going off to school, leaving his father at home with his experiments, like any other day.
Every day.
Hold on, I need to
read Meth Lab.
Dr. Clayton's Meth Lab.
Dr. Clayton's Meth Lab. He's the one that taught Walter White how to make it.
Let me re-download it. Make sure my phone stays on. Because it's a chunky boy, like we said.
It's big. It's a Garth Brooks.
Today, however, his father was on the verge of a fantastic breakthrough, and Clayton could barely keep his mind on his lessons. As soon as that last bell rang, Clayton raced home, hoping in time to help his father with his work. Half a world away, another person eagerly awaited Professor Putty's breakthrough. Through the smoke of his magic cauldron, the eyes of the wicked witch doctor Jobo looked down on Mudville. Would this upstart professor be able to do what only he, the great Jobo, was able to do? To turn living creatures into clay. There was only one way to know sure, to go there in person. With some incantations and a puff of brimstone, he was on his way. Science and magic are the same thing. That's what they said in Thor.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They probably took it from this.
Clayton ran up to the porch of the house, only to be knocked to the floor by an explosion coming from the basement. So it started in the basement and exploded all the way through his house out the front door. Startled and a little bit scared, Clayton looked upon his father to see him smiling with success. It had worked. The clay morph serum had worked. Suddenly, there was a second explosion, and in a cloud of smoke, the witch doctor Jobo appeared, claiming the powers of over clay were his alone. He's Claybender.
Mudbender.
Jobo demanded his serum and the formula. Professor Putty was not going to let this breakthrough go without a fight, but he was powerless to stop the wicked Jobo. Seeing that he was not going to get his way, Jobo seized the professor and turned the protesting Clayton into a ball of clay, escaping another puff. Now it's up to Clayton to rescue his father and the serum that will turn him back into a little boy. He will face many dangers as he travels to the end of the earth and beyond. Earthbound, weird noise. If he's going to finish his quest. To aid him in his quest, Clayton has the ability to transform into 5 different animals with the help of pieces of clay he may find along the way. Each of the 5 animals has its own abilities and skills, and he will need them to run, jump, fly, swim, and climb past anything in his way. So those animals are Muckster the cat. Muckster transforms into Clayton turns into Muckster when he gets a red piece of clay. Like most cats, Muckster has razor-sharp claws. They come in handy when Muckster needs to defend himself against enemies and can cling to the side of trees. Muckster can climb up and down trees, getting to places that others cannot. All this while Muckster is a rather arrogant feline. He believes that he is the best Claymate.
Trademark.
Yeah, yeah, I do love that they bothered to trademark Claymate.
And I mean, Muckster just walks around like he is the fucking business.
Yeah, for sure.
That dude is fucking full of himself.
I mean, he probably is the best.
I'd like to point out that Muckster is also trademarked. All the names of these characters
are
trademarked.
Yes.
Oozy.
Trademark.
The best character. My favorite.
I like Muckster.
Oozy. I like Oozy.
By collecting a great piece of clay, Clayton becomes Oozy the mouse. Just a wonderful rolls off the tongue. Oozy is able to run faster than any other Claymate.
He fast as hell. Dude can scoot.
And defeats his enemies with his mighty roar. Once Oozy starts running, nothing can keep up with him. Thanks to a technique called Blaze Processing.
Blaze Processing comes in. That's how Oozy runs so fast.
It is possible for Oozy to accelerate to his amazingly high top speed. He will seem like a
Shame
bird.
on you, Visual Concepts. Shame on you.
Screaming across your television. One of Oozy's other attributes is his small size. He's able to slip through many holes that other Claymates, like Muckster over there, can only look through.
There was no trademark on that Claymates. That's why I didn't say
Ooh,
trademark.
yeah, no shit.
Fucking
Maybe you can only trademark the singular Claymate.
Claymates,
Claymates, on the other hand,
Free
maybe
for
not.
grabs.
Yeah,
Well, now we'll have our Claymates shirt.
yeah.
Goopy.
trademark.
Clayton can transform into Goopy the fish by picking up a purple ball of clay. Goopy can swim around the sea with ease, zipping by enemies who get in his way. He is also able to jump on the shore whenever he wishes. I mean, yeah, but only for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, he'll die.
Does he fucking just die like a fish?
You'll turn back into the ball. You start out as a blue ball
of clay.
Of clay.
That can punch.
And then, yeah, if Goopy dies, if Goopy runs out of breath,
that's a hit.
That's a hit. You turn back into the blue ball.
Can the blue ball go in the water?
Yes, but it can't swim.
It just kind of falls.
You
have to really tap it to move.
You platform regularly as the ball, but like slowly.
I didn't get to the water level on this, so I didn't know.
They're the worst.
Water and Goopy's the worst.
Goopy is the worst.
Goopy's got teeth, y'all.
Some fish have teeth.
I mean, people teeth. Like big.
Yeah.
He flosses.
It's like when Santa's little helper got Grandpa Simpson's dentures.
Exactly.
That's what Goopy looks like.
Perfect visual there, yes.
And Globmeister.
Trademark.
When Clayton finds a brown piece of clay, he becomes Globmeister the gopher. Globmeister is able to burrow through any loose dirt, getting into caverns none of the other Claymates can reach. The deeper the hole he needs to dig, the happier Globmeister becomes.
Giggity.
Well, happy with digging holes throughout the world, Globmeister collects acorns in his spare time.
Girl, you look like you could take a Globmeister.
Let me show you my Globmeister.
He can throw his collection of acorns at enemies that try to stop him from digging. There is nothing that makes Globmeister more unhappy, so he always makes sure he has as many acorns as he needs.
Which I think I liked. I said I liked the rat the best.
Yeah.
And I played as the rat the most because I only got through like 4 or 5 levels.
Yeah.
But I did fight one of the bosses, and you turn into Globmeister to fight him. And that dude he is a good.
He's got projectiles.
He's got a great attack. His acorns.
You can spam them.
You can spam
the acorns.
Shit. It's like the spread gun in Contra. They're just everywhere, and they do a lot of damage. And the fact that he can dig is pretty cool. So he's like probably the most useful character as far in a battle because of that weapon. Because it's unlimited. You don't have to think about it. You just spam that shit and things die.
But Uzi barks like a dog.
Uzi is a mean motherfucker.
And he's a mouse.
Yeah.
It's almost like he wasn't always a mouse or something. I don't know. I don't know. Just a guess.
There's more story there.
Yeah, we need to peel back the layers.
And then there's this plucky duck looking motherfucker.
No shit.
Dodo.
Trademark.
By merging with a green piece of clay, Clayton can also take on the form of Dodo the bird. Dodo is able to fly by furiously flapping his wings. Although not very graceful, he can still fly over enemies into the sky in places none of the other Claymates can reach. He also needs a runway to get enough speed to leap into the air. That's why I never did it the few times I got to play as Dodo.
Yeah, I never got to play as Dodo
I didn't
because he
either.
doesn't show up, I guess, until like the third world or whatever.
Which tells me that none of the earlier levels are designed to be able to fly up super. I mean, there's lots of stuff high up in the early levels, but most of the time you get to those by like getting shot out of a tube or something and or climbing various, apparatus to get up there. But yeah, it looks like they don't really give you the option to maybe go back and play those levels as Dodo.
And there's a good chance that I've missed Dodo. There's also that.
Yeah, because
like,
there was one I actually found Dodo in an early level, but he was way up there and it was just accidental. And it was right towards the end of the level. I was almost out of time, so I couldn't go back and
because
try
there's a
to do
timer.
stuff with him. So,
But I mean, it's like, because the levels are enormous.
they're
really
huge.
big.
Yes.
You can explore, like, there's a lot to explore
And
if you want to do
They
that.
give you like 10 minutes, but you need to know your way around to be able to get out. Because every level I played, I almost got trapped. I did run out of time on like one of the third or fourth levels or whatever, just because I got lost and I couldn't figure out how to get out. Get back up above. Because mostly it's like underground stuff where I would get lost. And it didn't really make it super clear how to get back up to the surface so you could get out. Because you could just literally run a straight line on some of these and be out.
Yeah, that's what I did on a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them was like, okay, left to right.
Sometimes
that's the way this shit works.
Sometimes they force you underground and then you get lost in the cavernous mazes.
Sure.
But
No, I was there for sure too, like in the the sewer area and shit.
You get like 10 minutes to play a level. So, and if you don't do it, you die. You got to start over. Well, or from a checkpoint.
Sure.
Anyway, go ahead.
I think there was only one more interesting thing about Dodo. There was not enough clay when Dodo was made, so his wings are much smaller than they should be. Because of his small wings, Dodo tires easily can only stay in the air for a short time.
I'm going to call bullshit because it's like you find little pieces of green clay to turn
clay
into
fucking
them.
everywhere.
Just
And-
fucking make some wings, man.
Yep.
Well, and that's the other thing too is if you turn into a certain or a certain animal, and you pick up another.
Don't call
piece-
them monsters. Ian.
monsters.
Come on, man.
If you pick up another piece of clay, it acts like a hit.
Right, it's like a shield.
You stay.
You get an extra. You get an extra hit.
stone floating around you.
Right.
Yeah, and
That you can use as a projectile.
It's
It's a
a
for
weapon,
any
weapon
character.
as well, yeah. But it also keeps you from reverting back to the blue ball if you get hit once.
Right.
So there was plenty of clay. I'm just saying.
Yeah, lots of clay.
Wings could have totally.
And why
been
do
perfectly
the
fine.
wings also have to be green? There's
Right?
plenty of gray
Yeah.
clay laying around. Just a green bird with gray wings. What's wrong with that?
Have fucking mouse head wings.
Yeah, what's
Big
wrong with
huge.
I
this
mean, his
shit?
wings in the
They'll be
picture are
fast.
fucking white.
I know.
So
I don't know.
anyway,
Now that's an interesting idea for like what this game could have been is like configure your create your monstrous
Make
creature
your monster.
and then try to get through the level with it. Where it's like you put points in like, does it have wings? All right, that takes like 3 pieces of clay. Do you have 3 pieces of clay? All right, man, you got wings. All right, do you want to be fast? That takes 2 pieces of clay. Do you have 2 pieces of clay? All right, 2 pieces of clay. You know, you can. I think that would have been more interesting. And then it's like at the end of the level, it resets every time.
You want to be a ball with 6 wings, like how
Like an
angels are described
angel?
in the Bible?
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do it, monster.
Yeah. So Claymate of the month, Uzi, right?
I think Muckster's my favorite, though.
Muckster. and
Muckster
Ian.
can walk up trees. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty
He
cool.
has a very fast melee attack.
Yes, he does, and it's powerful too. Because like you have to 2-hit like the big dog that looks like the Looney Tunes dog.
Yep.
You have to hit him twice with like Uzi, but the cat just
Yep.
straight takes his ass out in one hit. So, but I think I like I like Uzi for running through the level.
Yeah, he's fast.
I like Globmeister for fighting bosses.
Why are all these names sexual in nature? At least 3 out of 5 are essentially.
I mean, they're all
ejaculate jokes.
All of them are. I just dodoed in my pants.
I mean, Uzi.
You're gonna make my muckster get all oozy.
My muckster's oozy.
That's what happens when you hit the cum button.
My muckster turned into a globmeister with all this oozy dodo.
It is, man. It's like Mad Lib sex dice. And then also when you're just the blue ball of clay, you get a punch. Like a fist comes out of the blue ball and you can punch. But it's really shitty.
It's shitty. You're slow. If you get hit, game over.
Yeah. So this is, I would like to take a moment and just break down what this game is. It is an uncharming, shittily designed Little Nemo, the Dream Master, is what this game is.
Yep.
I feel like.
Yep.
Because it's,
I like it in concept, but not in play.
Yeah. But I also do think that it's like one of those games where it's like, when I was playing it, I was like, uh-oh, this isn't like a terrible game. It's not a good game, but it's not a terrible game. This is a...
It got worse for me as it went on, though.
Yeah.
Fuck. But once I got to Japan, the game absolutely lost all fun and charm. All of it. Like, Japan was fucking... Like, that was so frustrating. And then there's also... Because you... Platform... And it looks... The platforming levels, like, they're big... And they're designed... It's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's as if... Someone like, have you ever wanted like a Lisa Frank painting, but done in clay with animals that weren't dolphins?
Yeah, of course.
That's Claymates.
Of course.
Well, and I had trouble with some of the level design just simply because like I mentioned, I got lost easily. Now that's just probably a testament to my skill.
I mean, I don't know, dude.
I got lost. It took me fucking forever. This game is busy as fuck.
It's busy.
And I started
easy
feeling,
to not know what's going on.
I found myself feeling the time crunch more often than not, but also they don't do a very good job of making it apparent as to like what you can jump on and stand on. So like you think maybe I could walk on this pipe, but I can't. But there's a similar pipe that you can jump up to, and it so it just got a little bit confusing for me in that way. And then of course there was places where you would literally be able to walk through the wall.
Yeah.
There was no indication other than the fact that you could see there was something on the other side of it, and you just most of the time I accidentally walked through the wall.
Yeah.
To get the gems.
But you're
stuff.
intended to be able to walk through it, right?
Yes.
Because I glitched in level 1, the very first level of the game, going down a hill. I glitched backwards through the hill. Like all of a sudden, like I ran down the hill, hit a spot, and it was just like bloop. And it just like dimension doored me like a screen to the left.
Are you sure you didn't hit one of those multi-arrow boxes? Because that's what those do.
I know that they do that, but there's like a little bit of an animation when that happens, right?
Okay.
And
you
like,
just
no, this was just like,
gotcha.
You're gone and then you're back.
Yeah,
I streamed it so I can review the tapes, but it was like
the Claymate Zabruder moment you had, and you see here the Claymate goes back and way the fuck to the left.
But that was frustrating for me. There's so much in this game, like the little shapes that you can pick up that have different effects, and there's just a lot to do.
Oh yeah, what do those do?
So I was
do we
just
know
reading
what
about that
because it's like 3/4 of a PlayStation controller.
Yeah,
There's
it is.
a triangle,
exactly what it is.
a circle, and a square.
Yeah, I was just looking at those. Hang on.
Circle gets the square, but
Circle
beyond
takes the
that,
square.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me look.
Because I know I was never able to figure that out, and I got to be honest, I did not read through all 4,000 pages of the instruction manual.
I accidentally. So as you go through the game, when you pick up the little icon, the triangle,
the goo shapes.
Okay. Yes. The goo.
The goo shapes.
It's Geo, dude.
No, it's goo.
It's GEO.
Nah, it's goo.
Okay, fine.
You know that Pokemon Gooey Dude.
So you pick up the geo shapes the triangle, the circle, the square. They all have. I had the triangle and the square.
I had all of them, and I don't know what the fuck happened. They were all lit up.
As you go through the game, you'll sometimes see those purple blocks that don't do shit.
Yeah. Oh, the bonk boxes.
Those. Well, yes. So if you have the triangle, then the ones with the triangles you can activate, and that one stops.
They're Mario
time.
Palaces.
Gotcha.
It stops time
switch
for a
blocks.
minute.
Okay.
And you can go kill enemies and move. I don't know what the circle and the
A
square
speedrunner
do.
got one that did a screen clear whenever I was watching in GDQ of this game.
It just says it says it doesn't really explain what each shape does. I know that the triangle stops time, but it doesn't say what the shapes do in the manual.
Yeah, it sounds like. I mean, it sounds like some stuff I really honestly wouldn't mess with.
I think if you encounter this thing as you go, I hit it.
Right, as I go,
but
sure.
You're not like seeking them out.
But I'm not like, oh shit, I can't open this circle box. I better go find the fucking
Let me
circle.
go explore.
Right, no.
Well, and anything like a screen clear is only going to be good for a couple seconds.
Sure.
Because they just are constantly throwing enemies at you.
Yeah, they
that
respawn very fast.
Very fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that map screen.
Yeah, the overworld.
Which is
right?
neat. It's kind of a little puzzle.
It turns into Adventures of Lolo.
Yeah, you come out into the little area in the overworld, and there's these little robots walking around, and you got to figure out how to move these little carts so that they go to pick up an axe, and then you move the cart again, and it follows this path and chops down the tree to get you into the next level. It's pretty neat. I thought that was cool.
It's neat. It's weird.
It is weird.
It's a weird thing to put in the game, but yeah.
Well, a few times I'd gotten soft locked.
Really?
With those, and they would just go into a corner.
Yeah.
And there was not shit.
Do you know how to take care of that?
No.
Because that happened to me too. And I was like, this is shitty design that it's like they just get stuck. And because they do, if you
cross into the previous and come back.
Go back into the level you just finished, start select out of there. And this was all just a guess. Because I mean, when I was playing it, I was like, fuck, I don't know. I guess maybe I can Super Mario World this shit, go in and come out. And when I came out, they reset. Yeah, I was able to do it again.
So where in Japan, that's where I stopped because I just got frustrated on one.
Yeah.
Because you had the carts.
Was it just a language barrier or a culture thing? Or
yeah, just culture shock, man. I just couldn't. It's like, man, where are your Reaganomics? I can't do this. Had carts, stones, and warp tiles, and it was just like, okay, fuck this.
I see. I
just want to play the game, and I can't play the game, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Now,
you got to earn your passage into the next level as if you didn't just beat the level you were on. You'd think that would earn your passage, but no. We got a little bit more for you.
These robots have to pick up axes and cut down trees,
right?
Or pick up bombs and blow up rocks.
Wait, can I pick up the axe? No. Can I pick up the bomb? No,
robots only.
Right. My uncle's like in serious danger. Can I bend the rules a little bit?
No.
I mean, this Clay even has an arm where I could get robots only.
I'm literally Clay. I could squeeze through. Is that cool? Nope.
No, can't do it. Sorry. Also, why?
I'm a hand. Can I like turn the robot around? Nope. It's got to bomb into a bush and turn around.
And there's a mine cart with like 3 foot of track. Then you got to move it up so he doesn't hit it. Yeah.
You can push it with a rock. How about that? Best I can do. Like, what is it with, and I know this isn't just Claymates, but what is it with video games where the villain shows up and kidnaps someone when the solution is obviously to kill that person? Because JoJo already knows how to do what the professor's discovered to do, and JoJo's like, I'm the only one who wants this power. Just kill him.
Yep. Kill him, burn his house down.
And don't turn the kid into clay. Kill him too. What's your problem, JoJo?
You are evil, JoJo. You're not maximizing your evil potential here.
Right, exactly. And it's like, are you like under like what jurisdiction are you under?
Also,
are you the bride sparing that little girl knowing she's gonna come kill you? Like that's what happened.
Yeah.
Also, you can fucking teleport pretty much anywhere you want. Why do you give a fuck about animating clay?
It's a good question.
You don't need an army.
You got to fuck something, I guess.
Nice and oozy.
Nice. Oh, God, yeah.
That oozy.
Yeah.
When he collects a pink piece of clay.
for the McDonald's drive-in people. That oozy pussy.
Yeah. Have you been like going through my browser history? What are you doing?
Oozy mouse?
Oozy mouse pussy? Yeah.
Gloopy frog pussy?
If there's been a theme to this show in the last month, it has definitely been frog pussy.
Yeah.
Put that on a shirt.
You know what July is here at TADPOG? It's frog pussy month.
And then just croaking.
Oh, yeah, rabbit.
Shit.
Ugh.
Sorry.
Oh, Daddy. Get out of my swamp. Frog pussy month.
We do, like, if anybody out there can put together literally an excruciatingly long bumper for us for Frog Pussy Month, we'll play it. It's got to be at least 4 minutes long.
Or a frog pussy month shirt done all in the Shrek font.
And it's got to be like Monster Truck Week, right? It's got to be.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
If you're in jail, break out.
Yeah. I'm thinking like, Wacky Morning DJ is what.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
what we need.
Uh,
Frog Pussy. There's diamonds. You can collect, red diamonds.
a lot of gems.
Blood diamonds.
Yeah.
It says a lot about the world that we live in.
And those are how you buy your way into the bonus round. I did confirm. I was asking about it earlier.
Yeah.
It's got to be 100 or more gems, and you go to the bonus round.
By the end of the level.
By the end of the level, you turn back into a blue ball because it says blue balls only.
Right. Yeah, it
Which
does.
is like, okay,
balls only.
I could get in there easy. Then you go up a tube and you do. So I played 2 different bonus rounds. One, it was from a top down, and you're the ball bouncing in onto squares.
Move
Right.
7 of Clay game.
Super
Yeah,
Mode
it's like
7.
it's like a 5x5 box.
Now
or
this must be the Blaze
10 by 10 or
processing I've heard all
There
about.
you go.
Yeah.
You're looking at it top down. The ball is bouncing up, and a square lights up yellow, and you got to try to guide the ball to bounce on that square. And if you get all the squares, you get the bonus.
Right.
Which I couldn't do the first time I tried it. I don't think I hit it again. Then the other bonus level I just hit is a pinball thing. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, that one's
That's ugh.
That's-
Ugh.
it-
Nuts.
that's-
I was like, you get a lot of stuff.
it's called Pachinko Ball.
Yeah, okay.
And I think that's the one that you get when you collect all
All the letters of
CLAY.
Clay.
Yes,
Yep.
that's right.
Like you're
because
collecting
I did-
Kong and Donkey Kong Country.
I did
but
get the CLAY, and that's when that happens.
Yeah.
So yes,
'Cause at
that's-
the
I
end
didn't
of-
put that together.
end of every level,
Mhm.
you have a shot, like I guess Super Mario Brothers 3 style, where you've got like the rotating block.
It's this weird. It's almost like a moving balls, the fighting
Balls
game,
3D,
the way
yeah.
it's
The
moving
classic.
around with the letters and
Yeah.
balls, and
And it's like CLAY are there, and you got to grab. If you collect by the time you collect all of them, you go to this pachinko thing.
And then it's nuts. It's hard to control, but
Yeah.
you pick up gems and extra. I think I'm still in it. I just paused it.
You're trapped.
I'll go and turn
this
it off
is-
for you. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
this is
But-
where you live
You don't
now.
have to do this anymore.
I'm Pachinko ball.
I'm up to 15 lives, and
There are a lot of lives in
a
there,
lot of
which is
lives.
really nice.
But it was kind of weird.
It's like Casino Night Zone and Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's like definitely where they got this from. If Sonic 2 was out by now, I don't know.
Yeah.
Should probably check that.
When I was watching the GDQ, they made sure to absolutely avoid this level because it's like if you happen to get Clay and you lose 4 minutes minimum,
Just getting
4
through it,
minutes.
yeah.
Know exactly what you're gonna do.
Still
4 minutes.
right,
Yeah, there's a timer and stuff in there, but I've got a save state that I can just avoid it.
Yeah, you're playing it on the Switch.
Yeah. And I've save stated the shit out of this thing. Like if I like lose my cat, if I'm like a cat and I get hit and turn back into the blue ball,
Yeah,
double trigger, step
Rewind.
back forward,
Yeah.
then I'm a cat again.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have played 5 minutes of this game if I didn't have that to help
Yep.
me. Because I just
'Cause there's
I'm
so
not very-
much shit that pops up out of
It's just
nowhere,
too-
Just hidden behind bushes and shit. Yeah.
You'll
Lots
go
of
to like
gotchas.
walk up a hill and like instantly there's a boulder or whatever rolling down and
Yeah.
it's like fuck, rewind. Now I know the boulder's going to be there. I can jump over it properly.
right.
But
Yeah,
lots of that. Just constant walking across wires that have electrical
yeah,
shit on it. You got clouds and there's some friendly clouds that you can jump on to either take you up or down slowly whatever. And then there's some mad clouds that shoot lightning bolts
Right.
at you,
Well, that's
which
like
are
real life.
annoying.
You got happy clouds, mad clouds.
Yeah, those things are like accurate too. They hit me a lot.
Yeah.
But there's just a lot of shit going on in this game.
It's
at all times.
Kind of a shame because honestly, like as far as like the platforming mechanics go, I feel like it was actually pretty sound.
It
like,
was. The jumping was easy to control.
Yeah.
I felt like it was fluid.
Yeah.
Movement was great, especially when you use your speed boost and when you're the rat with your Uzi. Shit, that little motherfucker just straight goes.
And all of them, like, so all the animals control a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But none of them really feel like super bad.
No.
They don't really feel like they control super bad.
I thought the controls were fine, actually. As far as I'm not terribly good at those types of games anymore just because I don't play a lot of them. But I felt like I did okay on this one, and I attribute a lot of that to the controls just being well thought out. I thought they did a good
for
job.
the most part.
Yep.
I mean,
I agree.
The underwater levels were
the first world was okay. Once you hit that second world, though, holy fuck, everything underwater sucks. It sucks so.
And I don't.
bad.
But I was gonna say, like, I don't think it's a problem with the fish. I think the fish control is okay.
Well, I wish his.
It's just the level design. I feel like is really bad.
It's bad. I just don't like that he just has one straight projectile, and I don't know.
bubbles,
If
right?
enemies
Little
are
bubble.
all around you, I feel like there needs to be a little something more.
I think I'm maybe a little more forgiving about it because it's like that fish is the bee in Little Nemo, except he doesn't fly. He flies underwater. He controls exactly the same way. You tap the jump button to make him float,
up,
and then he, instead of shooting a stinger, which granted the stinger in Little Nemo like goes to full screen length before it disappears, he shoots out little shitty bubbles.
Yep.
Yeah, and I will say that all of the other attacks are super low range, short range, except for the gopher.
Yeah, with his nuts.
With his nuts flying around in the room.
Yeah.
But that posed a bit of a problem for me at first, especially as Uzi, because his attack is like super. You got to be right up on something.
He
to be able to
uses,
hit him.
of course.
Yeah. He barks.
He's a globber.
See, it was a little rough for me because I've been playing a lot of Hollow Knight this last
nice.
week, and
Are you liking it?
yeah, love it. It's really,
I've
really
heard it's
good.
really good.
Really
That's
good.
I've got
also
it. I
a
haven't played it
platformer,
yet.
right?
Man, it's
I've
it's
seen
an
it.
action
Metroidvania.
platformer. Yeah, it's really. I love the art style, the story
It's a
behind it,
beautiful
the
game.
exploration. Yeah, wonderful, tight, great controls. So I put that down and I pick up Claymates.
And we're done.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back to it.
Oh,
I wouldn't go back
Yeah,
to
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably turn off the game I've got going, and I
Yeah.
doubt I will play it again.
We have played much worse things,
Sure.
absolutely.
but yeah, this game it just wasn't very fun.
I think it's super weird that it is on Nintendo Switch Online,
Yeah.
SNES.
it's a weird choice.
Online.
It just seemed kind of. And again, maybe it was just
we can't afford anything else.
We can't afford anything else. We're gonna throw it out there. It was the people that made Clayfighter, for God's sake. I mean, they could have put Clayfighter on there.
But it's like, have they? Because I honestly don't know. I feel like I should know this, but I don't play a lot of SNES games on the Switch.
Mhm.
I just play a lot of SNES games on the SNES.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what that library looks like. But it feels to me like they can't have exhausted their own like Nintendo developed games, have
As
they?
people who have already played through the top 100 games, Dave, maybe they have.
I can tell you that.
But like, is Super Punch Out on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It is. I mean, there's a
Is
lot.
Pilot
of,
Wings?
Yes, I believe Pilot Wings is on.
All
there.
right, we need to get a Switch.
I got my Switch. You want me to go get it?
I can pull a list up. I'm legitimately curious.
There's some good games, but there's a lot of games that I've never heard of, and there's even some like Japanese titles that are in straight Japanese and aren't translated.
Yeah, I heard there's a Picross games. I
I think
was
that's
telling
what
me
it
that
is.
that was on there.
And I played it; it was all right, but and I haven't gotten into a lot of them.
I'm gonna pretend you said a Rick Ross game because that's funnier.
Rick
to me.
Ross game.
A Rick Ross game.
What do you think I said? Picross?
I knew.
That's just silly. And the reason, like that whole
I think I
conversation.
said Jeff Ross. No,
Perot, Ross Perot. You know, that's a Ross Perot.
a Ross Perot game.
They're like, the reason we got on Picross was because it was like Choctaw came in and like was just like, man, I love these games. It was like, Picross, really? I've never played one before. And then I've always wanted to. I've heard they're very relaxing and like a good way to unwind.
I played a little bit
that's
of it. I
Geller.
enjoyed it.
What's that?
That's Geller.
What is?
It's a Picross game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right. It is.
I have no concept even what you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
I've heard it. I've heard Picross. I have no idea.
I've never, and I might be saying it wrong. I don't think it's Picross. Maybe it's Picross. Picross.
I played it a bit. It's been a bit since I played it.
It's like a puzzle game.
Yeah, it's like a
it's like
matching thing.
I don't know. I haven't played it. I should shut up.
There's a Mario Picross game for the Game Boy.
Yeah, I think Chris Vaughn was playing that. He posted that on Discord. And that's probably what I don't know. I should probably start with like one that's more current if I'm ever going to get into it.
Nonograms. It's based on like nonograms, which are logic puzzles in which cells in a grid must be colored or left blank according to numbers at the side of the grid. I don't know if that's the same thing.
That sounds like what I saw. Here's the list. This is a long list.
It is. There's a lot of content on the Switch Online library.
It's a long list.
For NES and SNES.
They got your Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Kart, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Star Fox, F-Zero, Stunt Race FX, Pilot Wings, Kirby's Dream Land 3, Kirby's Dream Course. Yeah. So maybe that's why we're now getting Claymates, because I don't know. There are definitely better games they could have put on here for sure.
Well, like they don't have Earthbound on there. They don't have Chrono Trigger. They don't have any of those games.
Yeah, but they're not going to get Square games because they're going to have to pay out the ass for those.
That's true. Yeah.
Man, Earthbound's on the mini.
Oh, the classic.
Yep.
So it doesn't make sense. I don't understand why they wouldn't have that.
Well, most of the
SNES
games on the classic, I don't think are on the Switch library. Now that I think about it, it's been a while since I looked at the games on the.
Yeah,
classic.
I don't know. I think there is a lot of crossover.
I had mine modded, so I had all of them.
Yeah, and right, same. So it gets really tough. Remember
to know which ones
originally
were
on there.
Original.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys? Did you see the last level? How this game? So, how do you think the last level of this game and its boss plays out?
It's probably JoJo. No,
it wasn't JoJo.
Oh shit!
The uncle.
Nope.
Oh yeah, he gets evil. I like that. Dr. Gallagher gets evil.
The final level and boss is a side-scrolling shooter in a spaceship where you're shooting an alien.
All right,
that makes perfect sense.
All right, cool. Sticking with the theme of we're not just a platformer, I guess.
Yep.
All right.
We said and beyond in that 36-page instruction manual.
And we fucking meant it.
Yeah.
We fucking meant that. Great. Yeah, it sounds awful. I hate it when games do that.
Yep. Especially at the end there.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah.
I don't know that there's a whole lot more to really say about it.
We're done.
I mean,
you guys got any achievements?
I got a couple. I got a few.
I did not come up with any.
I got a few.
All right, I've got one.
Okay, what you got?
Clifford's stupid cousin.
Okay.
To unlock Clifford's stupid cousin, you just got to beat the giant flying beagle at the end of World 1. That doesn't really do anything but just sort of float in your general direction. And you just hit him with acorns until he turns into a big pile of gems.
Very easy boss.
Yeah.
Very easy boss.
The next one, the giant clam, not so much. That was
I didn't get
super frustrating.
I didn't get there. I didn't get that far. I got very close. Apparently, I didn't know I was there until I was watching you play. When I got over here, and it's like, oh, I was close.
Oh, yeah, fucking sucked. And then once you get to Japan with the samurai everywhere that take like 3 hits, fuck the game. Game's fucking over once you get to Japan. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Not worth it.
First achievement I've got is Jars of Clay. In order to unlock Jars of Clay, play Claymates while listening to your favorite Christian rock music.
Mm-hmm.
And that came in from Rhythm Master Paul Korn. Second achievement I got is called Quality. In order to unlock Quality, break the game in the first level.
You got that one.
That came in from
Good job.
Zalmop. And then the last achievement I've got is Kiln in the Claim of. In order to unlock... There we go. Got to get a spit take.
God damn it. That's good.
In order to unlock Kiln in the Claim of. You rage against the machine by dealing with the robots in the in-between level screens, the ones that chop down the trees.
Who sent that one in?
That one came in from P. Willie Eaton.
Shit, that was really fucking clever.
It's very good.
That is that might be one of my favorite achievements.
It's very, very good. A lot of achievements came in from Twitch chat. Thank you very much. I had a really hard time picking, but those were those were my three favorites. But yeah, gold star to Willie. Yeah, that one wasn't.
And your delivery made it happen, right? It was like,
I don't know about that, but thank you.
It was necessary.
But that was like when I was reading through, I was like, because usually what I'll do is like, well, maybe I like this one, maybe this one, maybe that one. I got to that one, it's like, yep. Immediate copy paste to the document. There we go. But it's like, I mean, the clay puns were flowing in chat that night. Cthusiast Jeff was on fucking fire. Tyler, do you have any achievements?
I've got one. Duncan Dale. And you unlock Duncan Dale by surviving a water portion as Globmeister. Because there's one. Is it Chip and Dale?
Dunkendale.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Dunkin' Donuts.
I mean,
Dunkendale.
Dunkendale. You're putting him underwater. Yeah, I'm good too. I got stuff.
I got stuff.
I got jokes, Dave.
I know you do. I know. I believe in you. What do you guys think? What do you think this game costs? Claymates. How much do you think this game runs you?
I bet it's uncommon.
Okay.
I've never knew that the Interplay team made another game. I wouldn't if you had showed it to me and it didn't, and I didn't know the title.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought in a million years it was made by the same people because it's a completely different. It's a departure from what they.
Sure.
Really, I
kinda.
think.
I would have thought this was first because I remember seeing the animals in Clayfighters. But apparently, like, this was way after Clayfighter.
This would make a lot more sense as the first one to come out and then go to Clayfighters. But then again, if this had been their first game, they might not have
been able to make Clayfighter.
Yeah, exactly.
So what?
And the world would be that much less rich for it.
And I do think I'm glad that you brought that up because it's like the print ad for this game, like, leans in heavily that we are the people who made Clayfighter.
Like by leaning heavily, you mean. It's literally like
it's 80% of the ad.
Page ad with that sentence.
Yeah,
in
from the minds that brought you Clayfighter, I think is legit.
Clayfighter,
what it says.
But more jumping, less fighting, and animals this time.
But they're still clay. They're still clay.
So because we're here and we're talking about Clayfighter, I want to pause the how much is this game and move on to the next question that I was going to ask you guys. Is this better than Clayfighter?
No.
Claymates.
No.
I don't think so. I haven't played Clayfighter recently, but I did play it and I liked it.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, I don't know if I'd like it now, but I don't like it's apples and oranges kind of.
It is because it's two different kinds of games.
Yeah, it's
completely
two totally different genres. So,
and even the art style, they're all clay still, but the art style is very different because Clayfighter is we're badass clay people.
It's I feel like it's more gross, and this is more cute.
Yeah,
this is cuter, and I will say
that's a good way of putting it.
I will concede that point because I thought the characters were cute. I thought their little facial expressions were funny and well thought out in Claymates.
Right, yeah.
They were well thought out animations. You know, I liked that.
Yeah.
I thought those were really neat.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree.
Even in that they don't even hold it. I mean, the manual doesn't do them justice with those weird drawings, you know, but I thought they looked good.
By then you bought the game, so they already got you.
Yeah.
I guess. They could
They got your grandma real good.
Yeah, they could do your church bulletin art.
But no, I mean, as far as that goes, I would say no, it's not better. So, if I had to say, I'd say it's not better.
I legitimately thought that it was, but not by much. Like, Clayfighter, I loved Clayfighter when it came out.
Is it because it's got more to it? As far as what you're doing, and
it's because I feel like this game is a better platformer than Clayfighter is a fighting game.
Okay,
I think Clayfighter is a very bad fighting game that has like it's just charm. It's just
all charm.
It's all charm.
Yeah,
but I feel like as like
I identify with that.
But like as a fighting game, I feel like it's pretty fucking awful. as a platformer, I feel like Claymates is not great,
But it does the job.
but
It's playable.
It does the job, and I think like there's more gameplay out of it too. Like,
I agree. I could see that.
because when I was streaming Clayfighter, it was like, oh fuck, okay, I got to do this for like how much longer? Claymates, it was like, this isn't very fun, but oh, okay, time's up.
I get it.
I don't know.
I could see that. That makes sense.
So, how much do you guys think this game is?
$21.
$21 from Tyler. Ian, what do you think?
I'm going to go high again. I'm going to say $60.
Actual retail value of Claymates, loose, on average, according to pricecharting.com, time of this recording is $16.98.
I heard the 60. Oh, way over.
Worth it? $16.98. Worth it?
For a collector.
It's not a bad price
No.
for collecting. As a game itself, though, it's a little tough to swallow.
If you factor that in, then yeah, it's a bit high.
And
I bet you'll find Claymates at a fucking garage sale.
you might. The availability is Tyler, I would have guessed uncommon as well. The availability, according to the SNES guide, is common.
Huh. Okay.
Nope. Sorry, I was looking at Clayfighter. It is uncommon. It is uncommon.
How many stars does it get?
You guys want to guess? Clayfighter or Claymates. God damn it! Now I got Clayfighter. Over there. 2 stars.
I'm going to say 3 from this thing.
Let's split the difference.
2.5.
2.5 stars. Yeah. It's 2.5 stars according to the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library, 1991 to 1998 by Pat Country, courtesy of Monster Mole Mike. Yeah. I think that's probably a decent.
It's a fair score.
That's a C.
Yeah.
That's a C. This game's a C.
It's a solid C.
Or is it a beard?
If a beard? If it were a beard?
Tyler, if you were to give this game a beard,
Mm.
what kind of beard do you think you would give it?
I would give it the beaten, breaking down defeat beard of
Oh, a defeat beard.
Taffy.
Taffy. Not Taffy. No,
Taffy.
please. No.
Taffy's beard, Dave.
No, not Taffy. Please, no.
That's how I feel about it. Taffy.
Taffy. Oh, you bring it. You saying Taffy reminded me. I meant to ask you this earlier. Hadn't you rented this game before as a kid?
Yep.
Did you like what was that experience like?
I never beat
Did
the
you
first
like it?
level. I didn't like it and
Okay.
took it back the next day.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yep.
it was
Yep.
as simple as that.
Yep.
All
Never
right.
never got it again.
Kind of like me and Zelda 2.
Is that what you did with Zelda 2?
I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I
I
was
can-
like, nope. Bye.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I love that game, but I can understand.
We talked
that.
about that.
Well,
last
it's one of
time, and I
those where
just-
you go in expecting one thing and you get another thing,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, this isn't what I wanted.
You pick up a Coke thinking it's a Sprite, drink it. You like Coke, but it's like, what the
I
fuck's
wasn't
not what I was
expecting
expecting?
that. Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Or
And
if it's Dr. Pepper and you weren't expecting it, that one's a good surprise, you know?
But like, I don't know. I get it. Like, Tyler, I get your love for it because like that was me with Super Mario Brothers 2. Like I remember seeing Super Mario Brothers 2 after playing 1 and being like, you can pick shit up. You can play as Toad and Prince. What the fuck, man? This is awesome. There are whales in it. Spout water. You can jump on the water. It's
Yep.
awesome. Yeah, I totally.
Masks look scary.
They fucking still are.
They really are. They really are.
Man, like that's one of things I worry about the most is like, that's what I'm gonna see. Like that's what we all see when we die.
That's your
It's
Reaper.
Phanto.
That's your personal
Right,
Reaper.
Yeah. Tyler, if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, that sums up how you feel about
Putting back your key today.
it. Right? Yeah. I don't have a key. I don't understand. Oh, key is life. I get the metaphor now. Shit. What kind of glasses would you give it?
I would give it the cool specs of one blue suede goo.
Blue
From
suede
Clayfighter.
goo from Clayfighter. Man, that's some good art from C2. By the way, we all know that Mudville, USA is the location of Clayfighter 2, right?
It's where the mud.
Oh, is
it's where
it?
the
It
mud
is.
benders live.
Mudville, USA, yeah.
The mud benders originated from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're rednecks, by the way. It's pretty great.
Oh, are they? The mudbenders are
Of course they
rednecks?
Of course they are. I could build a house with this mud. What do you? Why you put me in that corner?
Why are you driving your trucks in it? We got like a world to save.
Yeah. Jim Bob, what are you doing? I'm mud bending.
Has anyone here at this table been mudding?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm the only one who hasn't been mudding. It's yeah.
Exactly what it sounds like.
Exactly what it's.
You just drive
dirty
around in
and
mud?
Nasty.
Have you played a video game before? You won't enjoy mudding.
Right.
Yep. There
Yeah.
you go. I mean, it's fun if you have the right vehicle.
Yeah.
Like a powerful 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
Just free reign, just fucking plow through it. And then you're super dirty and you're picking mud out of everything.
Yeah.
Let's go get this thing stuck.
Yeah.
Did that give you anxiety? Well, great. We love it. Let's go.
Are you going to be worried for your life and property? Check.
I've been out in the woods with more than my fair share of dudes who want to get their truck stuck in the mud.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get it stuck. It's like we got to get home in that.
No, then we go to the Alpha with the bigger, badder
Yeah.
truck to get our little truck. We
the-
prostrate ourselves before the bigger redneck. It's how we develop our pecking order.
Well, hell.
Redis neck.
Jimmy's coming. He's got a winch. It don't matter if we get stuck. He can pull us out.
What if Jimmy's got shit to do? Let's be courteous of Jimmy's time.
No, Jimmy lives to come bail other
That's why he got that winch. Jimmy
Dude.
drives around when it snows, hoping to get people out of ditches.
Look, man, I'm sitting here and I'm having a good time and funning, but I will tell you this. When somebody did get their car stuck in my ditch in the front yard, a dude did roll up and be like, I'll be right back. I'm going to pull
Oh,
this guy
fuck, I
out.
know
And
it,
it's
right?
like, thank you, Redis neck.
Listen,
Thank you.
I am not dogging on that at all because it's true. We were talking about the ice storm earlier.
Yeah.
Me and a buddy went out to check on his parents who live out in the county, like an hour away out in the middle of nowhere. We're going down these back roads and there is literally a pickup truck full of dudes with chainsaws. And they were
Kill squad.
They were driving
Roll out.
They were driving down the highway. And
Anybody doesn't look like us, cut them down.
It was stolen. It was stolen.
they were cutting trees that had fallen in the road.
Yeah.
And getting them out of the way.
That's
with
good.
They would cut them, hook up to their winch, pull
them
that
out.
fucker out of the
Yeah,
way.
man.
I'm like, you guys are not getting paid. And
Yeah.
I know you should be.
Yeah, but
the county should be paying you.
But they're
for
being
this.
paid in fun.
Thank
They
you
were
for letting
having
the
a
soft boy
fucking
stay in the
blast.
warm indoors.
Right,
You
yeah.
guys are good.
They were having a fucking blast. It was awesome.
I can get the
watching these
Blockbuster
guys.
now. Thanks. Yeah, man. No, I mean, it's mudding. Mudding.
You take some calls?
I have another
Or
question.
Take a quiz?
Do you think this game belongs on TADPOG's top 100?
Nope.
Nah. I'm going to say nah. That's going to be a no for me.
Probably not.
All right.
I agree.
Bottom 100?
No.
Yeah, I agree.
Just right in the middle.
Yeah, this is a mediocre game.
It's a C.
Yep.
It's a C.
It's a C.
Yep.
Yeah. I do have some more questions for you guys. By the way, Ross sent me a message and said that I made him cringe really hard last episode. And I was this close to saying Tyler cringed too. So I don't doubt that.
Which part was it? What made it
when I was
cringe?
giving him shit for sending the
same story that he'd already told.
Right. Yeah.
He told that one live, and then he sent in a recording of him telling the same story.
So there's your extra cringe of the day.
Let's play it
Ross.
again then.
Yeah. Now I just need to really lean into it and be like, guys, Ross won't leave me alone about playing this again. So I guess we'll do it to placate the quiz master.
It's the new Tropical Capricorn. It's where I close out every show.
Oh, God. Oh, shit. In case you missed last week's episode, here's that recording again.
Yeah, it's going to be, we're going to say Tropical Capricorn. We'll play that call of Ross's and then the stinger will just start.
Yep.
Tropical Capricorn. And so my foreskin was stuck to my penis head.
And my mom
Bow,
gave
bow,
me-
bow, bow, bow.
And then a popping sound.
Oh, no.
Did I hit the
Then
microphone?
You did.
Did I hit the microphone with my tongue?
Then I'll
Yep.
slowly tear a phone book in half.
Oh,
You have a
God.
phone book?
Oh, you're right. I don't want to tear that up anymore. That's,
Yeah.
It might be worth something,
There's just going on eBay for like $40.
right? Just slightly more than the DJ's album.
Ross did
I need to
send,
know the addresses of people in town I want to stalk. Good thing I got a book for that.
God, we were talking about that the other day. We were watching some old movie. Oh, it was Terminator, and the Terminator was going through the phone book to find
right.
Sarah Connor's address. And I looked at Tanya and I said, "Can you believe that there used to be a fucking book with everybody's first name, last name, middle initial, address, and phone number?
Gave out.
They just gave out." Yeah, really dangerous time to be alive. Well,
and
it would have
that at the same time there was no 911.
Exactly.
It was murder. Just
You had to,
murder
you had to
playground.
look up the page with the police on it if you didn't have that sticker.
a truck full of chainsaw wielding rednecks could pull up at your house at any time.
Just
and cut
holding
you
up
down.
phone books.
Yeah, right. How'd you find me?
You voted for Bob Dole?
I love that they're advocating for Bob Dole.
Oh, and what's even more fucked up is I think you had to pay to be unlisted.
Yeah,
You're
you did.
right. Yeah.
You had to pay the phone
did.
company
Pay for your
extra on
privacy,
your
asshole.
It's like,
We used to do that. I remember my parents talking about it and be like, yeah, we're not going to be in that.
no,
book."
my parents, we were listed. I remember. It was like, God, I just can't even believe that was a thing.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Here we are. I mean,
Here we are now. It's all on Facebook.
yeah, but say here we are now just voluntarily giving it up to the world on Facebook.
Yeah.
To corporations, not just to regular people. Now
Not
we're
to
just
the
giving
state,
it up
yeah.
to the
I mean, kinda.
corporations and to the regular
Right.
people and to everyone.
You know, the ones we could trust.
our friends on Facebook.
Yeah, our friends Starbucks.
Our followers. Starbucks follows me on Twitter. I am somebody.
Verified. Ross sent in a quiz called Achy Breaky Heart.
Oh.
Ross begins, as you read this, I will be preparing for heart surgery.
Shit, Ross.
Damn.
It's not really a surprise. It's been coming up for a while, though it kept being pushed back due to COVID. I'm told the procedure is fairly routine and nothing to be worried about. Well, I'm a little worried about it. You just kind of sprang it on
Here
us.
comes heart surgery.
Yeah, you got to deal with this for fucking a year.
We were just giving him
We're
shit.
just like, I know. I'm not going to take it back because he deserves it clearly,
Absolutely.
but I hope everything goes well with the surgery.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? It's not going to bankrupt him either.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Get that done.
Yeah, they're just going to go in, fix
So
his heart.
go in, hey, something wrong with my heart. Can you fix it?
Lay
sure.
down.
Here's $10 for your. You got to take a taxi over here, so we don't want you to pay for that.
Ross says, I'm told the procedure is fairly routine and nothing to be worried about, but it does involve destroying nerves inside my heart with a wire they thread up through my leg. I am not looking forward to it.
But why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's got everything. Wires,
Heart,
killing nerves.
vaporizing nerves. Yeah.
Shit, Ross, I can do that. Come over here.
Give me that lamp cord. I'm pulling it apart. We'll stick it down your throat. We ain't gonna go
I
all
can
the way
open
up
your leg. That's stupid.
That's the long way.
You do have a point. Ross continues, I suppose the good thing is I am not going to go into a lifetime of debt to pay for it. So there is that.
Yep.
It's not all doom and gloom. I will end up having a few weeks off work. Nice.
Very good.
And I picked up an old slot machine, which I will be converting into a MAME cabinet.
Ooh.
That sounds
How about you
really
lay
cool.
down and recover from your heart surgery, Ross? Don't build a fucking arcade cabinet.
You know the proverb, MAME can wait.
The Buddha only waits 3 times.
MAME times? The Buddha only waits for you to make a MAME cabinet 3 times. And this is probably on his 3rd time. So Ross says, so that will keep me busy, I am sure. They're going to destroy nerves in your heart, Ross.
Just rest, motherfucker.
Watch some
chill for a
Simpsons
second.
and close your eyes.
Lay under that part of your roof that's not there. Stare up at the sky and get better.
In your flip-flop kitchen and dining room or whatever the fuck.
Just sit there and pull your foreskin back and forth that's detached from your penis
Or
head.
better yet, why don't you go up to the 3rd floor of your house and look out over the scenery and
First
relax.
your penis, now your heart, Ross. What else is fucking wrong with you? I love you, Ross. Please,
Me too.
please,
Love you,
speedy
Ross.
recovery.
God,
Yes.
please.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's have some questions about SNES games. Are you gentlemen ready to begin?
Yes.
All right. This aero sports game starts innocently enough as a sports game, but culminates with a rescue mission in an attack helicopter.
Pilot wings?
Pilot wings?
Yeah.
Locking it in. Ian, you good with this?
Sure.
All right. It is Pilot Wings. All right. That used to be like the promise. Like I remember like going over to a kid's house and being like, no, there's you get to fly a helicopter.
There's a point to all this.
Right. Which I mean, but me as a kid was like, I like this. I'm okay with this hang gliding and shit that no one else in the world apparently likes. But it's
Miller liked it.
It's not the best, but I mean, it's also like, this is cool. Next question. This game started as Rat Trap on the Amiga before being rebranded to feature an animated character.
Is that the Krusty the Clown game?
Ooh, Krusty's Funhouse?
Yeah.
Is that it? I bet. Okay.
Because it's got a bunch of mice in it.
Mice you're trying to kill.
And then Krusty's an animated character.
All right. I like that.
It's a good one.
Locking it in.
Yeah,
We're good with this?
Yeah.
Locking it in. It is Krusty's Funhouse.
Nice.
Ian
Good
coming
job.
in clutch, man.
Very good job.
Well done. Next question. This shoot 'em up puzzle game ported from the arcade is considered the precursor to the tower defense genre. Is that bust a move?
Why not?
That's the best I got.
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's the only puzzle. That's the only shoot 'em up puzzle game for, on the SNES that I can think of.
Sounds good to me.
Ian,
Yeah.
you looked like you were.
I thought I had a thing, but I thought about it, but I don't. I was off.
Okay. Bust a move. Locking it in. It is Rampart.
Oh.
Is that what you were thinking of?
Nope. Never even heard of Rampart.
I know one person in particular who is very disappointed in us, and that is Sandwich Boat Phil Hawkins. I'm sorry, Phil. I've never played Rampart.
That is Woody Harrelson, because he was in that movie Rampart when he
Really?
was called out on Reddit for fucking one of the person's friends and then leaving town. Yeah. You remember that?
I remember that part. I didn't remember the movie that he was filming.
Yeah, remember he was asking questions on an AMA, and somebody's like, "Hey, you remember fucking my friend after prom?" And then
shit.
leave. And the whole AMA got shut down.
So is Rampart a video game movie?
Oh, I have no idea. I hope so.
Next question. This game was developed for the Super NES and the Nintendo 64. Due to this game being released near the end of the N64 production cycle, and there not being many copies produced, it has become one of the most valuable and rarest N64 games. How weird is that? It was developed for the Super NES and the Nintendo 64, and then it was released near the end of the N64 production cycle? So this is like
Mother 64.
I mean, I know Frogger is like one of the last Super Nintendo games, but like, because this would have to be like a super, super, super late Super Nintendo release. If it came out during
at the
end of the N64 production
N64?
cycle. That's what it says.
Frogger. Why not?
I don't know if that's, I don't even know that it came out on the N64. Maybe it's so rare.
Maybe that's why it's so rare.
I
can see that.
Why do I think there was a Frogger 64?
I don't know, man. Maybe it existed. I feel like I've led us down this Frogger path.
No, I'm with you.
And we've already used up all our frog pussy jokes.
Ride or die, frog pussy motherfucker! Frogger 64!
Locking it in.
Listen, I heard about, I knew there was a late release SNES. I've heard of whatever this is, and I don't know if it's Frogger.
I've locked it in. It's not Frogger. It is Super Bowling.
Oh,
Super Bowling. I'm going to look up Super Bowling and Flopsy because I'm curious what the release date is on this bad boy. Guys, there are a lot of games that start with Super.
It's like 2/3 of the book.
It is quite a bit. Super Bomberman 3, Super Bonk, Super Bowling. Released in 1992. I don't understand. All right. I don't know.
That doesn't
I
sound right.
I think I misunderstood the question. Maybe.
Did you mean NES and SNES?
Oh, I wonder. I mean, that's a pretty fucked up mistake to make though between the NES and N64.
Sounds like your heart's fucked up.
He's got a lot of shit on his mind, you guys.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, I don't know. I could
call him.
What if he's in the middle of heart surgery?
Wake his ass up.
We have a very important question.
All right. I'm gonna give ourselves a mulligan on that.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
a little odd.
Because I'm very confused.
It's a lot.
Next question. The game features teams representing the 26 Major League Baseball teams and their players from the 1991 Major League Baseball season. Shit.
I mean, it's got to be like some MLB All-Star Super. I don't know. The names of the sports games are hard to keep.
Bobson Dugnut All-Stars.
Bobson Dugnuts, yeah. All-Star Baseball. Or Ken Griffey Jr.? I don't know. People like those. I don't know if it's because they got
I've got no clue whatsoever.
I don't know if it's because they got the teams and the players. All right. Bob Dognuts, locking it in. It is. Super batter up. I know.
I'll get that peripheral.
Yeah, I know someone who's pretty disappointed we didn't get that one. Bovine Bear Matt.
Because you said it 1,000 times.
Next question. This game's most distinguishable feature is that players come equipped with a device that allows them to freeze and control certain robots.
Say again.
This game's most distinguishable feature is that players come equipped with a device that allows them to freeze and control certain robots.
Certain robots.
Certain robot freezer.
Super
certain, right?
certain robot freezer.
I have no idea what this is.
Certain robots. That implies there are different types of robots.
Right. Some you can freeze, some you can't.
Hot robot, cold robot.
I love it. I love it.
I don't even care if that's wrong. That's the answer.
Locking it in. Hot robot, cold robot. It is Blazion.
Okay.
I feel like I've heard of
Kind
that.
of close.
That's Japanese for hot robots.
Hot robot, cold robot.
Next question.
Tic-tac-toe, tic-tac-toe, tic-tac-toe.
Next question. This game follows a pikeman, described as a spearman in the Japanese version, named Imoto, who must descend to the abyss to save Shizuka, a maiden. Imoto, who must descend into the abyss to save Shizuka.
I'm not going to have any answer for this one.
Almost Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Japanese Pitfall.
Samurai
Pito
Mario 60 Super Samurai Mario.
Frogger.
Well, is it
64?
That's what in Japanese folklore. That's what. So Izanami and Izanagi were like the two progenitor gods, and the wife Izanami died, so Izanagi had to travel through the mountain to the underworld to try and save her.
Okay.
So it makes me think it'd be like something to do with like
Izanagi's
Izanami or Izanagi or something like that.
Izanagi's Quest.
Locking it in. Izanagi's Quest. It is Musia.
Musia. We're going to go mud and then we're going to moosin'.
Musia.
We're going to Musia.
I've never heard of that game. Next question. This game follows a king who dwells on acrylic. That's a kind of paint. A large island in the fictional archipelago, Jesus Christ, I hate that word, of Polyesta.
Oh.
Shit.
This is some crafting.
Has to be.
It's some art crafting thing. Is there a Yoshi
that
game
Super Nintendo
that does
sewing
like
game?
that on the Super NES?
Wild Woolly World. I don't think they did that. Oh, by the way, I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking about that earlier when I was thinking about Claymates and Clayfighter. Is how that weird visual genre is not dead because it's like the new Yoshi games do that with yarn and shit, and it's like, oh, that's kind of interesting that there's still a niche for I guess real world things made out of real world
stuff.
shit, crafted shit. Yeah. And then it's like
Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet. Yeah,
Which
absolutely.
also makes Claymates feel like another missed opportunity. It didn't have to be underground, and it could have been like clay and art supplies and shit. You know what I mean?
I still think, look, here, this would be great. Make a thing out of clay, scan it with your phone. It's a phone game, and then things in the game. And then it's like, it critiques like, I mean, obviously a robot would be critiquing it, but the robot would be like, this is how fast we think this thing would be. We think this thing could fly, or we don't think this thing could fly. And then it like it builds a character. Kind of like, do you guys ever play Monster Rancher? Which was like, put all the DVDs you own in the system now.
I remember that.
Find the coolest monster. And it's like, you'd put him in, and then like the game would read it, and it would be like, all right, this is the monster you get. And it was the same. I don't know how I'm sure it like did something like the header or something and like determined what kind of monster you would get. But yeah, it would just like every copy of like Big would give you like the same monster for every person that put it in. And it was,
wow.
Yeah,
no,
it was
I've
neat.
never heard of that. That's neat.
It was neat. There's a whole series of them.
I forgot about that.
But the whole fun of it for me was I have no idea what the actual game was like. The fun of it for me was literally put every DVD, CD, anything my friends own into that thing and see what monsters we get.
Steal stuff from Walmart. Got to make monsters.
Tell that to the judge. I'm sure they'd be like, oh,
Your
okay.
Honor, I'm going to have to use the Monster Rancher defense. Another one. God damn it.
Ching, ching, bang the gavel. Not guilty. Acrylic. The king named Acrylic on the large island of Polyesta.
I got nothing.
Was there a fashion bug game? Super fashion bug?
Super fashion bug?
Claire's Princess Tale.
Claire's. If you beat the game, take a photograph of it, have the film developed, bring it into Claire's, free ear piecing. Piecing?
With purchase of earring.
With purchase of earring, yeah. Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Super Clothes Horse.
Super Clothes Horse?
Mm-hmm.
It could be a Barbie game?
Maybe it is.
Ooh.
That's,
I don't know, some Barbie fashion game.
Maybe. Super Barbie?
Sure.
I don't know.
If it's anywhere in the Barbie universe,
we got it.
Get this.
All right.
Barbie and Fashiontopia.
Barbie game, locking it in Fashiontopia. It is Pluck. Pluck.
See, I didn't think that was, I thought that was just blocks. I didn't think it was fashion related.
Pluck.
I guess he's fabric.
I guess. We'll find out when we get to Pluck.
Yep.
Maybe they'll release that on the Super Nintendo store.
They might. It might be already out as far as I know. Next question. This fighting game was called Dead Dance in Japan and features a man named Jado who finds a powerful blue fighting armor and calls himself the Fighting King.
King of Fighters.
King of Fighters seems like a pretty good guess. If you ask
Kind of
me.
on the nose, but hey.
Is this
Blue armor, no punch shirt.
Is this Killer Instinct? Isn't Jado a character?
There's a ninja name.
But it wouldn't have.
It
It wouldn't
start
be.
with a J.
It wouldn't be
but
called Dead Dance in Japan, would it? And it wouldn't. It doesn't feature that character
No.
whose name may or may not be Jado.
Battle Blaze.
Battle Blaze. I'm good with that. If you guys are
Sure.
Battle Blaze, locking it in. It is tough enough.
Damn.
Next question. This game features battling alien races and is set on the planet Vega 4 in the city of New Shanghai.
Damn.
Maybe.
Super Contact.
Super Abyss.
Neo Hong Kong Alien Wars.
It's pretty good. Which one of those would you like to go with? I have no idea what this game is.
His.
Contra 3.
Contra 3, locking it in. It is Alien versus Predator.
Okay.
The game that the local store had way overpriced. If only I'd bought it, I might have known the answer.
Gotten
to
the
that.
answer to the
Shit.
quiz. Totally would have been worth it.
Fuck. Next question. Timely, because this conversation kind of came up in Discord chat today, but fuck, marry, kill. Chicken, beef, pork. Nando claimed that pork was a superior meat. I like pork. The problem is I like all of these meats.
Mm-hmm.
And it all depends on a lot of this depends for me how it's prepared. Because I like shredded pork. I like barbecued pork quite a bit. But I mean, it's like if I'm getting it in food, you know what I mean? Like I want chicken. Like, you know, like if I'm getting like a burrito or something like that, I'm going chicken. If I want like Alfredo or something, put some chicken in there. I don't want pork in there. I don't know.
I'm pretty burnt out on beef. Like if I could just have seafood and never have beef ever again, like I'd make that trade in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna kill beef.
I'm assuming beef is worse for you than pork.
Yes.
Yeah. Because pork is the other white meat.
Pork's much leaner.
Okay. But pork's still like, there are some times when I'm eating even barbecue and it's like, fuck, man, this is greasy.
Yeah, it can be just depending on how it's made, how it's prepared.
Yeah.
Pork is also bacon.
I mean, steak isn't bad either. You know.
No, I love steak. And I love bacon. And bacon is greasy. Yeah.
I mean, I love
chorizo.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard,
I'm
man.
going to kill beef. I'm going to fuck pork. I'm going to marry chicken. Chicken's versatile enough.
Those are my answers.
Yeah, that
as well.
feels pretty good, honestly.
Because you've got the two most versatile meats, I think.
Yeah.
And then
chicken and beef.
being the most works with just about everything.
But what I want to know is, where's turkey? Because turkey, I got to be honest, I love turkey. Turkey to me is like a king meat because it's like, it's kind of like, you can make it, you can prepare it like beef.
Yep.
Like I love ground turkey.
Ground turkey, yeah.
Like I love turkey
Turkey
burgers.
bacon.
And turkey bacon. I love turkey bacon.
But it wasn't part of the
I guess that's our poultry mistress, turkey.
It would be for me, for sure.
Honorable mention, for sure.
Yeah. All right, locking it in for all of us. Next question. Fuck, marry, kill. Genesis, Saturn, Dreamcast.
I'm going to marry the Dreamcast. I'm going to fuck the Genesis and kill the Saturn.
All right. What's the reasoning behind marrying the Dreamcast?
I mean, I've always loved the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I can get any game I want on actual hardware, just burning it off on the Dreamcast.
Yep.
Way ahead of its time. Sonic Adventure is a top 30 game for me. Not to mention the Shining Forces are on Dreamcast as well, and Genesis. Granted, there's one on the Saturn that I haven't done.
I think that's a collection, though, of 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I
think you're right. So, yeah, I mean, it has the internet connectivity. I feel like it's the best of both worlds there.
I think I'm wrong about the Saturn on second thought, because I think that is like Shining Force. It's like a 3D version, isn't it? I should play it. Chris sent it. I should play it. I've been putting it off because it's like, I'll save this for the show. Yeah. Ian, what do you think?
I'm gonna kill the Saturn because I don't know fuck all about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fuck the Dreamcast and marry the Genesis. I always loved my Genesis. It was probably my favorite system I ever owned. I had the most games for that system.
Yep.
I got more use out of my Genesis than, at least at that time, than about any other system I ever owned.
Yep.
And then I bought a Super NES, and I really liked it, but from that list, it's Genesis for me all the way, because I just think the library is huge. You've got tons and tons and tons of games to choose from, a lot of which are really good. You've got the whole Sonic library. You know, you just got everything with
a lot of good arcade ports,
a lot
especially
of
at the
really good arcade stuff.
Beginning
And
of
that,
the Genesis.
for me, was super big deal because I played in the arcades
of course.
a lot as a kid.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, marrying the Genesis.
I'm with you. I'm marrying the Genesis for sure because it's the one that I'm most familiar with.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the one that I probably should marry. Now, Saturn and Dreamcast is kind of a toss-up because I got to be honest, I don't know much about either of those systems.
I had a Dreamcast, but I didn't care for it. I don't know why. I just never really thought much of it. Just didn't really do it for me.
I want one.
It was okay.
I've always wanted a Dreamcast.
For Worms alone, Worms were getting on the Dreamcast. Fuck
Worms.
me,
I want it
man.
for Virtua Tennis.
Yeah,
Jacob was talking to me about that, and I checked it out because he's like, dude, if you like tennis games, check this out. And I did. I looked it up and I was like, this looks really good. This looks like a really good tennis game.
Wasn't there a Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast as well? I remember that. It
Yeah.
was really good. It was just that I had a little bit of fun with the Dreamcast. That's why I'm fucking it, because I had a little fun with it, but I kind of put it away and went back to my Genesis.
I guess it's the same for me then. I hate to steal your answer, but I'm going to fuck the Dreamcast because even though I haven't had it, I want it. And the Saturn, I do like the Saturn, but I guess I'm going to kill it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Saturn. Next question. And also, by the way, Killer Instinct, it was Jago, not Jago.
Jago.
Yeah, I had fucked that up.
J, yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken.
Marry Street Fighter. I'm going to fuck Tekken and kill Mortal Kombat.
Fatality.
Yep. I don't like Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah.
I get it. I like watching you play them, but I'm terrible at them. I don't like them.
Yeah. Ian, what do you think?
I'm going to kill Tekken because I never really played it much.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck Street Fighter and marry Mortal Kombat. It's old school for me. I love it.
I get it.
I'm terrible at the modern Mortal Kombat games, but that's just because I haven't really sat down and put any real effort into learning them.
Yeah.
But they're good games. I've always loved the franchise.
I've heard the story in the recent 2 games has especially the recent one. I hear the story has been really good in that weird, wacky Mortal Kombat way.
I only know from the first most recent game.
Yeah.
The most recent one I haven't played.
Yeah.
But
I've heard it's worth playing for the story.
It is. I love the story part of it for sure. I'm never much of the online guy just because,
Yeah.
you step in, die, over, rinse, repeat for me.
Yeah.
But I do love Mortal Kombat. It's always been me and Acid Randy used to play Mortal Kombat 2 at the arcade for hours. So
Mortal Kombat 2 was the pinnacle of that series, in my limited opinion, because I haven't played anything past Ultimate 3.
Out of the 3 you played from Super Nintendo, that is the best one.
4, kind of. I mean, there's Mortal Kombat 3 and then Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. 3.5.
1 was fun and it was new and it was a novelty. It was really violent and everything. It was so groundbreaking as far as that genre is concerned.
I remember playing 1 with my dad.
Yeah.
Because it was in the news. And it was.
But Mortal Kombat 2, when they introduced all those new characters,
Baraka,
and Shao Kahn was such a bitch. I really loved that game. That one set the standard for everything else.
And then they added a fucking run button and shoehorn combos in 3. And I was like, if I'm going to play a game with combos and shit, it ain't going to be Mortal Kombat.
Right. And I never cared much for that aspect because I like just the straight punch, kick, throw, fight.
It's all in the mind.
That's
get
what
to the
you
end
would like.
And pull that
Tekken.
motherfucker's head out, right?
Yeah,
you
probably would like
Tekken is very light on the combos, very easy. That's why I do really like Tekken games. It's close for me between Tekken and Street Fighter because I've never been an input special move kind of guy. I don't like that very much. I play Street Fighter like I play Tekken. I don't rely on special
I'm
moves.
like that too. And I mean, I suppose it could probably be just sort of a switch and swap for me on either. Because I like Street Fighter. I like what that franchise ultimately kind of became. It's just sort of legendary. And I really like the art in those games. And I love all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I never played Tekken. And I only throw it to the wolves because I don't know. But, maybe
I get it.
I'm not a combo guy really either.
I get it.
Part of the reason I'm not very good at some of these new Mortal Kombat games because it relies so heavily on combos. And if you play anyone that knows, if I was to play against anyone that knows more than 2 combos, they're going to win. Yeah. Every time. So,
yeah. I mean, a fighting game is one of those things where it's
you gotta
put the time in. You have to,
or else it's or you play the computer,
or you just play it for fun, which is totally fine too.
Right, absolutely.
And it's I heard something recently that I love to hear, and it was essentially someone was saying that the people who are bad at fighting games and just buy fighting games to have fun with them are the people who make sure that fighting games continue to be a thing because the number of players who are good at fighting games and play them competitively is so narrow compared to the amount of people who just buy it because it's well, that looks fun. That looks cool.
Well, and I want to hear the story. I want to play through the story that they've laid out in Mortal Kombat because it's always it's ridiculous and it's intricate and it's fun.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
No,
so,
I get it.
And I can play the computer all day long and have a good
Sure.
time.
No, I'm the same way. I mean, I do like, and like, I'm like to the point in a lot of fighting games, or at least I was 10, 12 years ago, where it's like, I'm really good against the computer.
Yeah.
No problem against the computer. But it's like, if I play a real person, then I'm totally boned.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Me too.
I'm going to marry Street Fighter. Not probably. I'm definitely going to marry Street Fighter. I think out of the three, like that is my favorite. I think that is that's the best. Now I like both Mortal Kombat and Tekken, so it's hard. I've got way more time in with Mortal Kombat, and I have a lot more nostalgia tied into Mortal Kombat than I do Tekken. So I'm going to fuck Mortal Kombat. And I'm going to kill Tekken.
Reluctantly.
Sorry, Tekken. Yeah, reluctantly. I love your bowling. It's great.
I love Tekken Ball.
You know, I hear a lot of good things about Tekken
God,
Ball.
Brandon, I played it so much.
But yeah, most of my Tekken time is legitimately logged playing bowling. Tekken bowling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Ross, thank you very much for the quiz. And good luck.
Good luck
with the surgery.
Sir.
Yes, please
Hope it
let
goes
us
well.
know.
And yeah, let us know. You guys want to take some calls?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. No, Google, I don't want your security update. Just take me to my, I don't care. Take me to my voicemails. Why couldn't you have asked me this, I don't know, an hour ago or something? First call.
I can't call back because I actually have a video game related question, and it is, why do you all not like point and click adventures? I love them. Jenny introduced me to them. They're my favorite. And I understand not liking a collectathon, but why don't you like point and click adventure games? They're wonderful. That's all I have to say on that. And then I just have to say that as an embalmer, I prefer to wear a full face respirator only when I am dealing with autopsies or people who are donors or like severe trauma because of all the fumes that escape. So I like to be able to breathe. But during this time of COVID, we just wear regular masks and N95s if a person has COVID, or if we're embalming in the full face respirator mask, just to be safe, even though they're dead. Because the virus does not die with us.
What if they're just pretending, though?
I hear about that, Michelle.
Yeah.
You hear that about that, Michelle? Quit yelling at your books and thinking about.
They snuck a live one in on you. You didn't even notice. You yelled at Harry Potter.
You failed a bomber's test.
It's like an episode of Undercover Boss.
The boss is on the table.
On the table.
Very much alive.
Person. It lives on for who knows how many days. But I just saw a guy come in to the mortuary, and he has on a respirator, but like the half-face kind, so there's no shield for the eyes. And he didn't even have purpose in it. Which I'm like, what the fuck is the point of that? Also, I just got a notice saying that they never had a dress code for masks, because who does? And now they came down with one, and I can't wear fun ones anymore.
Can't wear what?
Fun ones?
Fun ones. So no a Higao.
Oh, yeah.
No longer can you wear a Higao mask at work.
So I have to go to boring ones or disposable ones. Okay, love you guys. Bye.
All right. Thanks for calling. Why do we not like adventure games?
I remember saying
Point and click adventure games.
I don't dislike them.
I do. So maybe it's something that I said. I don't like them because I feel like they're full of weird, like
They tend to be
weird
super
logic.
obtuse.
The puzzles are very obtuse, and I've had fun playing like
Maniac Mansion. I like Maniac Mansion.
I want to play that one with Twitch chat. I haven't played it. I haven't played it all the way through. I've only played it like very, very, very small amount on the NES. But like I liked Zack and Wiki. It was a point and click adventure game on the Wii that you use the Wii mode essentially as like a cursor. And I probably wouldn't have liked it, but Nikki played it with me. And it's like we'd bounce ideas off of each other and be like, well, let's try this, let's try that. I don't like doing that by myself. I feel like it kind of taps in a little bit to that Metroid where it's like, fuck, man, how many times do I have to like do this before I figure it out? Let's just fucking let's go. Let's progress. So it's like, I don't know. In order for me to like an adventure game, I have to be like really motivated to like see some titties, like I did with Leisure Suit Larry as a child.
Phantasmagoria.
I played through 1 and 2 as a kid, being like, well, maybe I'll see some tits. Yeah. So
this is the same reason I played them. I liked King's Quest and stuff, though. Those were like early PC games, so it was like that's what was there,
right?
And I played them. I liked those, though. I heard Sierra's making another one.
Yeah.
Which is neat. That's
well,
kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it King's Quest that they're doing?
They haven't announced what they're doing.
Okay.
And I don't even know necessarily that it's going to be published by Sierra. It's Ken and Roberta Williams.
Yeah, it's the ones that
I think they may just independently develop
just push them out
and publish
whatever. Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like that's probably the smartest move for them in right now.
Why tie it to a anything?
You've got your fans, you got your fan base who's guaranteed to buy it. You might as well just cut out the middleman on that, because I mean that's something like that's probably not going to have like wide mass success,
right?
And I'm curious. Like I don't even like point and click adventure games, but I'm curious to see what they do.
I would love it if it were like a King's Quest or another Leisure Suit Larry or Space Quest or something.
I don't know with your dad's simulator, that point and click.
Right. And I don't know. I just don't like, and it feels like a lot of those games are filled with gotchas.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you did the wrong thing. You're fucked. You got to go back and redo 20 minutes worth of shit. And it's like, God, man.
I like playing Grim Fandango with Wiley.
I need to play Grim Fandango. Maybe the problem is I haven't played good ones.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the problem.
Is supposed to be so
I haven't played that one. Sam and Max. I haven't played any of the Sam and Max games. I hear they're wonderful. It's just a genre that, I don't know. I guess I've just been burned a couple times, and it's like, well, maybe this probably isn't for me. And now I feel like, I don't know, I'm so removed from them being relevant, he says, while co-hosting a Super Nintendo podcast, that it's like, well, I don't know. Do I really want to like give these another try? So I don't know. That's why I don't like them particularly. But I know a lot of people who do. Michelle, Terrified Michelle, you're not alone. And I do want to play. I want to play through Maniac Mansion with Twitch chat.
That's the way to fucking do it.
But only the people who haven't played the game. So that's the problem. And Zal's like, I'll take care of them.
Hey, there you go. Best mod.
So yeah, Zalmod is best mod. So that's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Maybe when I get the NES, the RGB modded NES back, maybe I'll do that. That's supposed to be on the way soon. So
cool. Nice.
Fingers crossed. Next call.
Hi, TADPOG. It's Abby.
Yo, Abby.
Former Janie fame. I since I'm in the process of changing my name again. I was okay. Let me start out. My wife got edibles from a girl at her work.
Nice.
I just threw some dude's balls.
Nice. Man, she caught up with a drug mule. What are all these bags?
Abby is Blaze processing now.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
You know, in the back alley and all that. And so her and I each took like one and then a second shortly thereafter. And just I had to tell you the highest thought that I've had so far was worrying that some prospective employer will like know that I was high, and that they would be finding that out from listening to a podcast.
But okay, so, that right there negates anything that they could hold against you for
because no one listens to this show.
No, it's because if you're listening to TADPOG, then you get it and you're okay with it.
And you're cool.
You better be. You can't use TADPOG as a monitoring system. You're gonna get sucked in.
You hear
with the
that,
rest
my
of us
company? You
eventually.
hear that?
You hear that, everyone who's asked to be scrubbed from our episodes?
Yep.
No one. Look, one thing I've learned, and this was probably later in life than I needed to learn it, but one thing I learned probably doing this show was that it's really hard to get people to notice shit that you do.
Right.
It is. Because people don't like, people are just, myself included, we're all just so like focused on us and our families and doing what we need to do and having a little bit of fun that it's like, I don't, like when I go home, I don't think about like, what's Ian doing right now? You know, and no offense. You're a great friend and I love you.
I get
but
it.
It's like, but when I was younger, maybe, you know, when I was like, I remember being like in elementary school and middle school and being like, oh, like if we were friends then, being like, I wonder what Ian's doing right now. But it's because I didn't have any responsibilities. I was bored out of my mind. I didn't have porn to watch readily, YouTube to watch. I mean, it was just like,
You're like sitting around thinking, man, I wonder who is. It's a Saturday morning. All the goddamn cartoons have gone off. Your friends that live around you aren't home.
Yeah.
You're trying to find, you're calling people from school. Hey, dude, you want to get together?
Yeah.
You think your mom will let me come over? You want to come over here? Yeah, I get it.
That was Josh and I every weekend. Yeah.
Did I mention this on the show already? Apologies if I did, but like I remember being a kid and being so bored where it's just like, let's go see what's in the house. Let's go look around. I'm going to go look around at every place in the house.
I did that.
What's in here? What's in here? Something buried under here? What's in the very back of this cabinet?
I did that.
Oh, a
too.
penny.
Oh, what year's this penny? I'm gonna go write this down in my penny log.
My penny book. Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know, man. It's a total like Henry doesn't do that shit because it's like, yeah, I got YouTube, man. I'm like, I don't have to go look for fucking pennies in the cabinet.
Yeah. No, I did that too.
I don't have to do the springy doorstop thing for an hour. Bring, bring, bring. I'm cool. I got like a video game. I got a fucking iPad. I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I got cardboard boxes. I can make some robots.
Right. He's still he's kind of cotton. He looks like he's kind of like that's kind of tapered off because of my influence. Because I've been like, hey, if you want like real stuff in your room, you got to get rid of all these boxes. Like you can be creative, but like you have so many boxes in this room that they are literally taking up a quarter of the room. Anyway, I'm sorry that I got off on that weird tangent. I don't even know how I did. Oh yeah. The point is it's really hard to get people to, like trying to get people to notice is so hard that it reaches a point where it's like, yeah, I'll talk about my wife putting her finger in my butt. Because it's like the people who hear it are going to be like,
as long as it's not the title of the episode,
right.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's going to go under the radar for most people, except for those who are cool enough to listen and be like, all right, that's a thing that happens. All right.
The only person who I feel like asked us to do that, who had a leg to stand on, was Taryn, because our episode was like, Taryn talks about her sex stuff.
Sure. And she knew that an employer was going to be
actually looking. And if you Google her name, that was the first thing that
popped up. Yeah.
Other than that, everybody else has been paranoid.
No, and I'm sorry. Taryn, I didn't mean that to come across as like throwing shade at you. Definitely not. It was some other person.
Some other person who,
people even. There's a whole Patreon episode involving one of that. One incident. All right. And Abby continues.
I just thought that was it's probably funny to me, so we'll just go with that. I have to end the call probably.
It's fine.
On 30 minutes, I'm sure. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you for calling. I hope you enjoyed the edibles.
Mm-hmm.
They're great, aren't they? They're great. All right. We got time for any more?
Yeah, it's another one.
All right. Jeezy crazy. Let's look at the time. Last one.
Hey,
whoa,
motherfucking TADPOG.
Hello.
Your message changed. It sounds like I'm not even getting a number right now, and I don't even know if this is TADPOG anymore. But TADPOG, this is Mason, and I just called to say, fuck you, Tyler. Tyler, you always save.
What? And then the call ended. Weird. All right. Well, next week we'll be talking about Jelly Boy.
All right, Dad, keep going.
Mean things to me, and I just want to talk to David. David,
I'm here. You just insulted my very good friend Tyler, so I don't know that I'm going to be on your side, but we'll give it a shot.
why do you still fucking hang out with Tyler? Fuck that guy. Anyway, I just called to say hi, and like,
That's not all you called to say.
You got to say fuck you, Tyler.
I mean, I'm looking at the time left on this call, and like at least 2/3 of this call involved "fuck you, Tyler."
Yep.
So you didn't just call to say hi.
Dave, I miss you. Okay, let me know if you want to like get an apartment together or something. You know, like move in. I think you and I have like.
It's 2004. Do you want to get an apartment together?
All right. Anyway, bye, TADPOG. Fuck off, Tyler. Bye.
Bye. Why is he mad at you?
So who is that?
Nathan?
Nathan?
Nathan.
Didn't sound like Nathan Eaton. Didn't sound like
Nate Glines.
So now you're
Well, I
getting
don't know.
fucking insulted by random Nathans.
Rah-rah randos.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't even know who you are.
You want to? Do you want to play that back and try to figure it out?
No, we can fuck off.
I'll let you know when we're living together. All right, that's it for now.
Cool.
So next week we're doing Jelly Boy.
Jelly Boy.
Jelly Boy and the other game, or just Jelly Boy?
Just Jelly Boy.
Just Jelly Boy? All right.
Yeah, because I think Bamboozle is like wildly different.
Okay.
It did look, I saw a little.
Yeah, like an
Footage.
isometric kind of looking puzzly thing.
Yeah, it looks puzzly for sure.
Okay.
Jelly Boy's going to be like
Claymates.
the lesser Claymates.
yeah.
Claymates, the lesser, as they say.
Yee.
Gelatin Fellows.
Perfect. Yeah. Horse hooves, the game.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, tadpog.com, all sorts of fucking places. You can find us. We're on
It's
Facebook.
true.
Yeah, Facebook, there's Tadpog. If you're a fan, you like that dang shit, got Tadpog Nation. If you like good organized chat, we got that Discord. What's that Discord link?
bit.ly/Tadpog Discord.
Perfect.
It's cool. It's fun. You'll like it.
Do you want to send us something like Zeus did? You'd be awesome like that, or something for the great tastings. Send that to Tadpog Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. If that was too fast for you, it's on the show notes of every single episode on tadpog.com.
It is.
So is our phone number 270-883-2555. Hey, masks are coming back. Mask.tadpog.com. Still got those shirts. Shirts.tadpog.com.
Just in time to save us from financial ruin. Masks are back.
Yep. Yep. What else? Or Tadpog_podcast on Instagram and Twitter. You got that Twitch.
I do. I stream on Sunday nights, twitch.tv/Tadpog_podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun time if you want to come and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's all the things we do, right?
Got Patreon.
Oh, Patreon.
Patreon.
Forgot that was the thing.
It's a thing.
Nothing new.
All right. That's patreon.com/Tadpog. If you want to throw in a couple bucks, that would be nice. It goes a long way, and we appreciate that very much. This episode was executive produced by the following people who donate on Patreon at $20 or more a month. God Emperor Alex Pena, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Steve Dixon, Plinko Nick Price, Clambro Cody Phillips, Bantha Master, Executive Producer Dig Dougie, The Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, probably not the Nathan that called, Matt Gentile, aka Gentle G, congratulations on your marriage, Magical Sleeper, aka Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Usurper Grimm, Temporary Eternal Savior Cubicle Monkey, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, I'm sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Nate from Utah, first time caller, Zeus Laser,
Zeus Boons from Brooklyn.
Boons from Brooklyn, thank you. Drink Smith, Joey Webster, Big Daddy Paul Anderson, Edgelord Kyle Purtlebaugh, Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, and General Kenobi Massacre.
Noise.
Many Bothans died to bring us this information.
Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Link to that track to find the show notes at tadpog.com. How you going to close this out? Well, again, also, thanks for being on, Ian. Please.
Thanks for having me.
Every week, be
Yeah,
on.
man. Thank
It's
you.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Always good to see you.
Probably will be back next week.
Hell yeah.
Can't get enough of that jelly boy, can you?
No.
I get it.
I'm on it.
I get it.
What you guys want to do?
Yeah, how you want to close it out?
I don't know.
Our favorite claymation character?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
I got it. I'm good.
think I've got it, but no.
It counts.
Okay. Okay.
So until next time. Oh, Tropical Capricorn!
All right, who was everybody?
What was that? The big red-bearded lumberjack from that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I was Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
Yeah.
Which why I was like, that's stop motion. I don't think that's claymation, but that's why when you were thinking, I was like, it counts. Because I thought you were also going Rankin Bass.
I was going Emperor Palpatine from Robot Chicken.
I love it.
That counts.
It counts. I love it. It counts actually more than my answer for sure.
You remember me talking about Acid Randy?
Yeah.
Acid Randy? Is that what I called him?
Mm-hmm.
So I worked in the video game department at Toys R Us. I got like moved up. First I started with like building bikes, and then I was stocking shelves, and then they put me in the booth. And you remember Toys R Us had a booth.
Yeah.
And you go get the ticket for the game you want, take it to the booth,
Yeah.
get your game, right? Well, I worked in the booth, and it was my job to make sure them tickets out there on the aisle matched up with the
Like your
stock we had,
Sure.
right? So I'm out there one day doing my thing in the aisles. I got my little smock on, you know. And this dude walks up to me, and he's kind of shady. He's got this long, stringy hair and this really wispy little mustache, and he's wearing a baseball cap or something. Looks like he'd been, you know, on the wrong side of a Coke bender, if you get my drift. And this dude was just whatever. And had these really long fingernails. Like, just kind of creeped me out a little bit. But he came up to me and he asked me a question. And I can't remember what it was. But then he goes, "Man, you want to make more money than you've been able to make ever working at places like this?" I'm like, fuck, this guy's going to try to get me selling, you know, crack or
Right.
something. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm just working. I'm just doing my job. He gives me a card. He gives me a
Like a
business
business
card with Sir Pizza written on it. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, you should come. He said, "Do you have a car?" I said, "Yeah, I've got a car." He says, "You need to come work with me at Sir Pizza."
Did he just love you at sight or something?
Apparently.
Or
And I
what?
mean, we became like really good friends. I guess it was just one of those kismet karma moments where two people who really have a lot in
Chemistry.
common got,
Yeah.
you know, and he kind of skeeved me out at first, but you know, that's what I get for judging somebody by the way they look. But he was a
That
really
was
cool
Acid
dude.
Randy?
That was Acid Randy. And so I came out there and interviewed with the guy that runs that place out there on Man of War. His name was Ahmed. And he was funny. He tried to come across like a real dick, but he wasn't. He was a softie. And eventually I just started working there, and he was right. I made a fuckload of money delivering pizza in Lexington. We had to deliver over to like the projects and stuff. But man, those people were generous. They would be all about some tipping, because there was a Little Caesars right next to that place. I ended up working there briefly too, but there was a Little Caesar right next to that it was a housing project. It was kind of a dangerous place, you know, I mean, by reputation, you know what I mean? I never had a problem there, and I was carrying a bag of money, you know, so go figure. But apparently that Little Caesars had been robbed a whole bunch of times, and their drivers were always talking about how they were always getting robbed. But me and Randy didn't give a shit. If they wanted it, we'd bring it to them.